Don't mind me. There we go. All right. How are we doing? It's been a while since I've been on stream, but I'm happy to be back. I've got all my stuff figured out that I needed to figure out, and we good. All right. Hello to Hey Slay and Brenda and Lilith. Welcome. Hoping everybody's had a good week. I can't believe it's already, I think it's our first April stream. I can't believe that. It's already April. It's finally springtime here where I am. Springtime where I live is very, I want to say it's unpredictable, but it almost isn't because we get the big dumps of snow and then it melts and then the sun comes out and you're like, oh my God, like it's going to be nice. So it's going to be nice. And then all of a sudden, the snow is like, I'm back, bitches. And then we have like a few more weeks of snow. But this time, I think we're actually losing all the snow. It's supposed to be like 18 Celsius, 18 or 19 today. So after the stream, I'll be outside enjoying my day. So I hope that the rest of you guys are enjoying your day. Hello to Samuel, welcome. There we go, all right. I wanted to start by just introducing the decks that we'll be using today. We have our regular One World Tarot, and the links where you can find that are in the description. For those of you who are new to the One World Tarot, the package looks like this. It's really beautiful. We had Alexandra Philippek do the illustrations, extremely talented artist. I can't remember if I have the social media links to Alexandra, June, and Lena in my description. If I don't, I'll have to add it for future uploads and stuff. But that's the tarot deck we'll be using today. I also have my favorite lately, Moonology Oracle cards. Oh, I have a juice box too, apparently. But I'm going to just go ahead and keep that on hand. All right. And yes, thank you, mods. You're already on the ball with the affiliate links. My bracelets are from Otter Spirit. You know what? Funny enough, these, I think it's the rainbowy Morganite and the sky blue jade and the white howlite. I think, if I remember correctly, those were actually part of the Libra bundle, and it's definitely not Libra season. But the colors were just so. I just thought they were so springy, and these colors kind of make me think of Easter or Easter eggs. So I thought perfect for a springtime stream. Wow, Larry, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Jana says it's 22 in Vancouver and it's raining again. It's been a while since I've seen rain that, didn't just freeze and turn into ice immediately upon landing. I bet you BC does get a lot of rain at this time, but I guess, the plants need it. We need that stuff to grow, so. Okay. All right, we can jump into readings, but I thought first I have a lovely candle burning. It's just an apple cinnamon candle. I got it from the grocery store. It's not like that special, but it smells amazing. And I did want to do a little bit of smudging with some eucalyptus. And I think that might be a good way to start off our stream. Very carefully with fire safety in mind, of course. There we go. So we're going to remove with this smudging practice before we begin our readings. We are going to just remove from everybody who's watching this, whether it's live or just on the replay in the future, all of the energy from the week before that we no longer need to hold on to. Everything that's not ours to carry and everything that it's already been done and dealt with and we just don't need to carry. We're going to cleanse it all away. And we're going to invite in energies of healing, of peace, of love, and of joy to be with us for the coming week. And so it is. I'm going to do one more quick little... I just love the smell. Eucalyptus smells so good. I do have a window open just to keep things fresh. So if you guys are hearing traffic sounds or anything, this street is not terribly busy, but it's always when I'm streaming is when the garbage truck goes by or whatever. Try not to mind it. If it becomes too disruptive, I can always close the window. May we be protected and blessed and happy and healthy for the week ahead. All right, and so it is. I'm going to go ahead and actually blow the candle out because I don't really need it burning now. I do also have my singing bowl. I love this. I've had this for years. It's, I got it at, we used to have a metaphysical shop in my town, and it's a root chakra bowl, but I tend to believe that tools are important, but it's more about intent. And the intent when I strike this bowl is to just cleanse all the energy around me and to provide healing to all my chakras and all of yours for those who are watching and would like to take a deep breath with me as I do this. I love that sound. It's just so pretty. Okay. Now, I think we're ready to jump in. Now, the way that this goes, for those of you who are new here, I don't always do all the requests that are in the chat in order because I don't always see them. If I don't see your question or your thing, it was not personal. I literally just didn't see it, or sometimes the chat moves too fast, or there are certain things that I don't necessarily read on. But my moderators are all very, very wonderful at putting these rules in the chat, and I'm pretty sure I have the rules actually like posted right there before you even comment. So make sure you abide by those. Anyway, let's see. I did see Ken. I saw his message first. So hello, Ken. Welcome to the stream. Ken says, can you please tell me when my financial situation will change? It's been really tough for the last few months. I'm very sorry to hear that. I know. And I'm not trying to like downplay your thing by saying everybody's had it tough. Like I'm just trying to help provide you a little bit of comfort knowing that you're not alone. Everybody struggles. And I'm sorry that you are struggling too. So let's take a look at that though. So for Ken's financial state, what's it looking like for the near future? What's going to happen there? The card I want is really, really tough to get. It's this one. Okay, well, we have a win-win outcome is forecast, and there's a Libra. I'm just saying I'm not an astrologer. But there is a Libra kind of symbolism here. But what actually draws my attention is the balance scales. So, and weird enough, I'm not going to read, it's not the message on the bottom here, but on the bottom there's another card with scales on it. So I do like seeing that already, that there is some kind of balance at least coming to your finances. Sometimes Spirit gives me the phrase balancing the checkbook. I mean, I know it's not 1998 anymore, and a lot of people don't really use a checkbook, but I think it's just that figurative, because I keep seeing something about amount owing this amount owing goes down, goes until it's zero, and then I'm seeing like red numbers and black numbers, and it's balancing out. So if you had any kind of debt, I do see something about it being either like paid off or made balanced in some way. But let's look at our tarot cards for your situation, Ken. I had Two of Wands just fall out, so we will keep it, but I do want to make sure I've shuffled the deck a little bit better first before I do the next few cards. I'm also going to put my microphone wire up here so it doesn't snag on things like it's really, really trying to. All right. Oh. Okay, Seven of Swords also fell out. Okay. I'm seeing something here. First of all, Two of Wands, there are like some preparations you're making. Now, at least in North America, it is tax time. And I could see if that's, you know, something you're figuring out here. That wouldn't surprise me at all. With plans being made, I'm seeing documents. I'm seeing like the fine line, like fine printing. I'm also seeing with the Seven of Swords, there may be, I did get the word loophole. It's very sneaky, but not in a way that's illegal or bad. It's just something you weren't aware of. So there's some kind of loophole that you may not be aware of that could actually benefit you. Now, I don't give financial advice. You would have to speak to an accountant or a financial advisor on your own for more details on that. Ooh. I did have Ace of Pentacles try and flip up while I was shuffling. I wonder if you may be able to get a slightly bigger tax return this year because of whatever the loophole was that you weren't aware of before. Let's take a look at just the near future for you, Ken, with your financial situation. Do things get better? I think they do, because I already have... Oh, shit, yeah, they do. They do. Okay, nice. Okay, well, we got Justice. Look at that. There's more balance scales. Okay. Knight of Cups, there's an offer. And Queen of Cups, it's like, I'm getting ahead of myself. But Queen of Cups, like stable employment, stable, like, fulfillment. I wonder if in the near future, then you get offered a new job or a different position in your same job, but it pays better. And it could be a woman offering you like this position. It could be like the owner of a company. It could be, usually I say the gender is not important, but in this case, I really feel like there is a very, very influential woman who's going to help you. And then once you accept her offer, it's like you're getting paid better or you're getting better hours. And then you're able to balance out the financial stuff that you need to balance. Okay. I love seeing all those balance scales, though. That is 2 oracle cards and a tarot card with those balance scales. Like, if you're worried about something being, yeah, like everything adding up properly, it's okay. It will. Somebody in the chat just said they're the mitochondria. That's fascinating. I didn't realize you were the powerhouse of the cell. Congratulations. But yeah, Ken, that is what I have for you. So I hope that was helpful. Space Cowboy's asking if their future wife will be physically fit. I don't know. That's up to her. Maybe when you meet her, she's just at the start of a fitness journey, and maybe you two start a journey together and become more, I don't know, muscular or strong or whatever over time. I don't really feel like reading on your thing, though, so that's no offense. I just don't, there are so many more relationship things that are so much more important than how physically fit your spouse is. Anyway, let's see. Okay. I'm going to definitely mispronounce this name, and I do apologize in advance. Ibika Keskin? Please let me know how to say your name. Anyways, is saying 36. I'm thinking that's age 36 from Turkey. They say, I'm interested in my business life. I've created my own company. Will I be successful? Ooh, that's exciting. I would love to read on that. Oh, no, I know you're just curious, Space Cowboy. I hope I didn't come off like rude or anything, but I don't know. It's just not something I feel like is important for me to read on this time. If you want to read on it for yourself, though, absolutely go ahead. Okay. So, Ibik Keskin. Again, I'm so sorry if I get your name wrong, but Spirit knows exactly who we're talking to and what it's all about. Hi, Vivian, welcome. Okay, but Ibik or Ibike has started their own business. Will it be successful? What do the oracle cards say? Okay, we first have take time to breathe out. So it seems like you've been doing a lot, and which makes sense because when you have your own business, even when you're not working, you are always working. There's always something. So it seems like, yeah, you've been incredibly busy. So take some time to like actually sit down and I'm hearing eat a proper lunch. A banana at your desk is a good snack, but it's not necessarily going to fill you when you're hungry. It's not necessarily going to fuel you for the rest of the afternoon if you're too busy to eat otherwise. Let's get some tarot cards out. Woo! Okay, I'm going to shuffle these ones a little bit more before I start pulling them. But definitely with that, take time to breathe out. Make sure you're giving yourself adequate rest. Again, adequate meals and nutrition. Sometimes we're super busy and we literally just forget that we were supposed to eat 3 hours ago. You know, I get how that is. But will this business be successful? And I keep hearing something from Spirit, like there are different ways to measure success. There are different markers for success. Okay, or different markers of success. Interesting. We're going to keep this in mind. Okay. Don't worry about this Devil card. We will get into it though in a minute. Knight of Cups next to the Devil. Knight of Cups, this is kind of similar to our last, like with Ken's reading about how there's an offer here. It's a very attractive offer. It's going to be very, very tempting because it's someone being like, let me take this off your hands. If we partner together, I'll handle this aspect. There's something about running the business that's really difficult for you to do. It could be debt, you know, which it is quite normal when you start a business. Often there are loans and stuff to pay off. And there's just other, like, I'm getting something about tedious tasks and just the word tedium. There's someone that's like, I can take this off your hands. And quick, too. Like, you know what? I know this person's going to be like, I have a way of, like, I'm even getting the word automating this system so that you are not typing all of these things out by hand. You know, I know how to simplify this for you. Just let me show you how, or, you know, bring me on as a partner or whatever, and let me show you how. So, Spirit, should they take this person's advice? Should IBK trust this person or this offer that's like, hey, I see you're struggling with this. Let me take it off your hands. Woo! Are you a sole proprietor? Because I kind of get here where maybe you're a little bit wary of letting other people in and like trusting them, because this is your livelihood, it's your money. I get that. Because here's 9 of Swords, anxiety. Here's 3 of Swords, like sadness and upset. So maybe you've been burned in the past by a potential business partner, or in a partner, or what's the other word I'm looking for? Like a colleague or a cohort in a business working kind of sense. So I can understand being like, oh, I don't know. But, well, and because if this is a new business, I see that, like, I see why you're apprehensive. There's money to save. Every single cent counts and makes a huge difference. But I actually have that this person could be a very good source of friendship for you, not just like in the work friends way. Oh yeah, this is my colleague and you know we get along fine. This is somebody that you could actually become friends with and get to know and like personally. That might be the key to actually giving you the time to take a break, like that breathe out card was saying. I have, whoa, 4 of Cups, Queen of Swords fall out shuffling. We will keep them. What else do we get though? Page of Cups. 4 of Swords, Queen of Cups, Page of Cups. Okay. This is a young person. Now, I know you're also a young person. You did, if I remember correctly, you did mention in your other comment that you're in your 30s. I think this is somebody that's like in their 20s, because you are young, but this is somebody that you even are like, aren't you a little young to be doing this? But by the time that they actually come to you with their offer, their suggestion, a few months will have passed. I think it's going to be in about 4 months. If we want to do estimate timing, I did see 4 months. I did get that inkling when I saw this card. Notice how the next one up from the page is the Knight. So over the course of the next few months, this young person that wants to come in and help you is going to learn a lot. They could even be like in business school or something, because it's just when they're finished, whatever it is that they're doing for the rest of, so we're April, May, I guess that will put you into about August. So by then, they will have a lot more wisdom and a lot more knowledge on this particular area of expertise. And then Queen of Swords, you will know by then maybe what kind of help you're looking for, what it is that you need help with, what you are willing to just delegate and let other people do. And let's see, let's just get like a general outcome for BK's business. Let's just say that, BK, let's just say you accepted this person's offer of help. What would the general outcome be? Woo, making magic. It's like I'm seeing, what is it's the fairy tale, and they spin straw into gold. Is that Rumpelstiltskin? I don't know. Anyway, it's a folk story, and it's, yeah, they are able to spin straw into gold, and it's like you're turning straw into gold, and I'm also seeing like you're turning tin into gold, which was something that, you know, centuries past, the alchemists were like absolutely just intent and totally set on doing, was turning stuff into gold. Nice. I hate corporate jargon and stuff, but Spirit just gave me the word synergy. I don't even think I know what that means. Is that like when you work well together? Because it's like the qualities that you bring to the table plus the qualities that they bring, and your energy and their energy work well together. Yeah. Yeah, okay. It just looks like you will be successful with this business. You just need a little bit of extra help. You're doing too much on your own, and it is okay to have a little bit of, to have an extra hand or a couple of hands there, to have some extra expertise and an outside opinion. or an outside set of skills. Because you can be very skilled, but let's just say, for example, maybe, I don't know what your business is, but let's just say you're a consultant or whatever, and you have the awesome front-facing skills, the people skills, the social skills, all that, but maybe the accounting and stuff just isn't your strong suit and it's really stressful. Well, that's fine. Somebody's going to come in that's like, hey, I'm good at all the things that you struggle with, and you're good at all the things that I struggle with. So if we work together, it's going to be, we can create something so much bigger than we can have individually. Okay, so that is what I have for you. I really wish you luck with your business. I hope that this is very successful for you. I see in the cards that it will be. You'll be spinning straw into gold, so I'm excited. Monique, thank you so much for the super chat. Monique says, my elderly father, who has memory problems, hid the coin collection years ago, and he doesn't remember where. We've been looking for years. Is it in the house, basement, garage, barn? Okay. These ones are fun to read on, but I am going to just say, I don't know what kind of outcome we're going to get. Actually, I never know what kind of outcome we're going to get when we do these readings. But I am just getting that it may not, the answer may not be what you expect. But let's see. Spirit, where did Monique's father put the coin collection? I'm also going to have some water and see if I can just sort of close my eyes and tune in and see what kind of messages or images that I get to relay to you. I did hear something about garage, but also like something about the garage floor. I don't know if there is maybe a hatch under the floor, or if there's like a, I don't know what you would call that, but you know, some people, they kind of have like a hiding spot where there's like a broken floorboard and you can hide something underneath or whatever. There's something about garage floor. Oh yeah, see, this is exactly what I was saying earlier. I have my window open because it's nice out, but that's always when the noise comes through. Somebody has decided to mow grass just right now. So I hope that sound doesn't bother you, Monique and everybody else watching. All right. So garage floor. Spirit, what? Let's just pull some cards. Why are you telling me garage and floor? Nine of Cups. There's like satisfaction here. But I'm also seeing something about 9 months ago. So it could have been that maybe he hid the thing 9 months ago. Oh, garage has cement, Monique's saying. Barn has a wood floor, would make sense. Garage has cement. Okay. But Spirit, why are you telling me garage? Okay, the sun. Because that's also like good news, but I'm also just seeing literally like a light shining. It's hidden somewhere dark. You are going to have to find, it could just be perhaps in the garage you will find like the appropriate, I don't know, a light or like a bright enough flashlight to go in and see or something like that. But let's see what else we get. Why floor? Why is that significant? Because I was seeing wood floor. So, just a minute. More like 9 years ago. Oh my gosh. He's very satisfied at least at that time, he was very satisfied with where he put it. Oh. Okay. I see, Spirit's telling, I see that he's internally kind of freaking out. Like, shit, where did I put it? Oh my God, like he's kind of like trying to rack his brain to find it. However, I like seeing Hangman and Justice. Hangman, I for some reason got moment of lucidity. And then it's like, oh, I remember. So he will remember where it is. Just out of curiosity, Spirit, is it in the barn under the floor? Page of Pentacles. She's got coins there. Empress, growing, something growing in value, perhaps. Emperor, Father. Okay, there's a tool in the garage that's going to help you get to whatever I think is in the barn. And your dad will remember. Let's see, when, because I see that there's that moment of lucidity where he's like, oh yeah, okay, it was here. Woo! Cards flying out. Because I see where the memory loss has just taken so much from him. It's stolen so much of his, his independence. It's stolen so much of his ability to function. But there's the coins, the coin collection. Do you have, with this page of Pentacles, I see like a young family member, maybe a child, not like a little child, but a child like at least 10-ish, who's maybe small enough to fit in a certain place to get the thing, or is somehow able to just help find it. Because I feel like there is a young girl, like family member, who's going to be very useful in the search. Interesting. Now I'm curious to know, is your dad going to remember the location of the coin collection, or is he going to remember like, oh yeah, you need this tool in order to get into here? What is it that he's going to remember? Okay, well, that's not the answer I expected. He's going to remember why he hid it in the first place. And it's like the memory, the brain fog clears, and he's like, oh yeah, because this is for you guys. This is for your prosperity. It's for your well-being. I keep hearing, for those of you who have like the alarm systems and stuff in your house, where in a place where my mom used to live, every time you opened a door, the alarm system would be like, front door, back door, garage door. And I just keep hearing garage door. So I think it's that he remembers there's something in the garage that's going to help find like the tools itself. Interesting. I really, really want to know how this plays out. Because like these are the fun kind of mysteries that I love. Even if I'm not able to solve it, I love still being able to read on it and at least like try and help, get intuitive hits on where the thing might be. Because Monique, was it you or was it somebody else? I thought maybe it was you, but I could be wrong. I did it in a stream a long time ago. Somebody had lost a purse, and in the reading we got that they'd find it in 8 days, and it would be somewhere like at work or had to do with at work. And then they actually found it and emailed me about it 8 days later. Oh yeah, it was my coworker's vehicle. Like it's so much fun. I love hearing how stuff like this turns out. So please let me know where that coin collection ends up being. And then, you know what? Just for the fun of it, Spirit, let's get a timing estimate. When might this thing be found? Okay, I had the tower fall out in reverse. So it's one of those things where it's not a bad 8 days. Seriously, Spirit? We're getting 8 days again? 8 days. Okay. Oh, it wasn't you, Monique. Okay, I really want to know who that was. I can't remember. But anyway, Tower in reverse. It's something that was a really big deal and is like in that moment going to be a big deal, but it's after it's all sorted, I was like, oh, okay, well, you know what? That was actually okay. Please let me know if you find it, because amazing. But that is hilarious. So we just got 8 days again. So let me know if next week you end up finding it. If not 8 days, 8 of Wands is just about really fast energy. So it will be found very soon, and it'll be a very quick, it'll be a quick search. A tough search though. And I see how this was very, it's very difficult on your father. I see that it's really frustrating to him because it's like, oh, where did I put it? And then I saw your chat where you said that in the early stages of his illness, he became quite paranoid and stuff. So I can understand. Oh, there's that devil card again with the paranoia and the brain fog and the cognitive decline. So I can understand why it's tough on him. But it will be found. I'm happy to know, at least from Spirit, that it will be found. Is it going to be under the floor in the barn? Because I'm curious about that. I see wooden floor. Well, there's justice on the bottom, so it's very possible. But it's going to be in a spot that you checked and you're like, oh, no, it actually wasn't here. But then here, oh, and here's where this young person relative comes into play. They're going to be like, oh, but you didn't check this part. Oh, but what about like, I don't know what's in your barn. Or like, what about that back room? Or like, oh, well, what about underneath of this? Or it's something that the adults would have given up on searching. And then this kid is like, oh, no, it's here. What about this? Think about this. So it's like, it's going to be somewhere where you've walked away from thinking that it wasn't. 2 of Wands, I'm seeing, not like search party. That's not the word that I'm looking for, but it's that kind of vibe where it's an organized search. Okay, you know what? This morning, you two go check over here, and then we will go and check in this spot, and then, you know, let me know if you find it. And then if we don't find it here, well, then we'll regroup and think about other places where it might be. It didn't leave the property. I just get that from Spirit. It did not leave the property. So it's not in somebody else's hands right now. Yeah, let me know how that goes, because that kind of stuff is just so fascinating and interesting to me. Light-hearted mysteries like that, I just absolutely love. Okay, now I'm going to just go through the chat and see what I see. Sunflower wants to ask a question about their younger sister. It depends. What is the question? And then I'll decide. And then Slay, what was your question? I did see it. I just, the chat's moving so quick. So was it about the message from the universe, Slay? Oh yeah, okay. Okay, so we'll do Hey Slays, or Sunflowers. I might modify your reading a little bit though, Sunflower, and then we'll do Hey Slay. Okay. I don't feel comfortable asking about your sister's relationship and about if that person was narcissistic, but I will ask Spirit, what can you do to support your sister during this time? Because the first thing I'm hearing is she will tell you some of the details that you want to know. She will tell you. Okay, Page of Wands, I'm hearing the word receipts. So I'm seeing like she could be showing you old messages or like screen caps of messages, either that they sent between each other or that he had sent to someone else. What can you do to support your sister? Because I am just hearing that she will come to you when she's ready to, and she'll talk about it when she's ready. I think she's a little overwhelmed right now with like everything. It feels like the energy, everything happened so suddenly, and it's that feeling of having the rug pulled out from under you. It's like, what the fuck just happened? So she has a little bit of she does have some stuff to process first. Be caring and empathetic, which I feel like is something you would already know to do, and like that you like you already know to do that. It's already in your nature to have empathy and compassion, but to just let her know that you are willing to listen without judgment, and you have to mean that, listening without judgment, and letting her just say everything that she needs to say, that she's comfortable saying, and to just, at least for the moment while she's telling everything, to just excuse me, not to give any opinions or anything until she's completely done explaining what was going on. She will get through it. And then, but just knowing, having her know that you love her and you're going to be there, that is going to help her to get through this difficult time. Let's do an oracle card. What is a message of hope that Sunflower can pass along to her sister? Okay, so I see, I appreciate the extra context. I see where you say you're from a culture with arranged marriages. Okay, so she did tell you some stuff. There's going to be other stuff that she will tell you in the future that you did not already know. But what is a message of advice or of comfort or help that Sunflower can pass along to her sister? Okay, there's work through your fears. Communication is key. Okay, there's also the commitment is being tested. This one I don't think is quite as serious. Spirit's just giving me some context. It's going to be a good time for her to think about like her commitment to herself, her self-love, her healing, her inner work. But communication is key. So just letting her know that you're open to talk about things, if you are, of course, that like, hey, I'm here to help you. I'm here to listen to you. Like, it's okay. I understand that you've been through a lot of difficult or a lot of really scary things. Like, to just be somebody who can be like a neutral sounding board, and then somebody who can provide comfort to her while she, processes a lot of the traumatic things that she had been through during that time. Yeah, just encouraging her and letting her know that you're going to be there to help her work through this stuff. Mm-hmm. Spirit, can we get a look? What is like another, like a message of hope or just something for her near future that's okay to take a look at? She's going to love, for the time being on her own and being single. She's going to discover like the magic of being with herself. And Spirit wanted me to say with, not just by herself, not just on her own, but like with herself, and getting to know and love herself all over again. She is going to enjoy that part while she processes everything else. There will be much happiness. It will come. Spirit just wanted me to reiterate, if she's worried, oh my God, I'll never be happy, I'll never have a loving relationship, that everyone's always going to be like this, it'll be okay. Things will be good for her. There will be happiness for her again. There will be real love for her. It's just a tough time trying to process stuff. She just needs to know that you're going to be there for her. And then you're asking, by when can we expect for her to have a good marriage? I don't... Spirit's telling me that that's not what we're supposed to be focusing on right now. That it will come, because she's very young. I saw where you said she's 25. That's very, very young. It will come, but she just has to focus on herself healing first. So I hope that was helpful to you. And then our next one was, Hey Slay, was asking for messages from the universe. And just general, I think, life advice and guidance. So what is the guidance for Hey Slay? Okay, you saw me shuffle, but we got work through your fears again. You are good enough. Maybe that's why you were having so much trouble maybe working through your fears and working towards perhaps your healing, because you're like, well, I don't know if I deserve it. I've made so many mistakes, or I've done so many bad things, or whatever. Everybody has that inner story. Excuse me. But it's like, you are good enough. You're worthy of the effort that you've been wanting to put into yourself. And sometimes when you're used to being in a place of self-doubt and low self-esteem and fear, we don't want to be stuck in that place. But when it becomes comfortable, because it's what we're used to, stepping outside of that and practicing self-love and experiencing joy and letting yourself experience joy and stuff, it can be very scary. Some people are, it's kind of like that saying, like, some people are not afraid of failure, they're afraid of success. And there's all kinds of other sayings. Some people are afraid of their true potential, or afraid because the reality doesn't actually reflect that internal monologue that's been running on repeat for years and years and years. You are good enough to step out of that dark place. Momita, you can post your question again. That's fine. Okay, but what other messages does the universe have for Hey Slay? Yeah, this is a time of incredible change for you with this tower. This is the tower. Everyone, almost everyone, who's not super well-versed in tarot, at least on first glance, sees the tower and goes, oh my God, something bad's gonna happen. No, you've been through the bad. This is a giant upheaval. You're just entering a part of life where you are going to function very differently than you are used to. And I see your second question there, Hey Slay, and we'll see if any answer to that comes up in the reading. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, I don't know. We'll see what comes up. Okay, whole handful of those fell out. I am going to put them back. What other messages for Hey Slay? Are you familiar with the spiritual awakening and what a spiritual awakening is, Hey Slay? Because what I'm getting here, the cards I'm getting here, the energies I'm feeling here, this is something you're about to head into, and it's because you're ready, okay? We have the Hangman. There's a shift in your perspective. It's going to be a shift in your perspective on yourself, your perspective on what you feel or think that your role in your life in this world is, a shift in your perspective, what you've been socialized to think and believe and embody is going to be quite different from what spirit will show you in the near future. You are, okay, to put it very, very simply, with the imagery spirit's giving me, you know that story about the hungry caterpillar? Okay, very, very cute book. You know, during the week, he's like eating all these things, he's growing, he's just doing his thing. And then at the end of the week, he gets a stomach ache because he's full. He's had all this food. So if we translate it to you, it's like maybe you're dealing with some pain because it's like you're full of these experiences that you've already had, but now it's time to transform because you've gotten, you've learned what you've needed to, you've experienced what you needed to in order to take the next step. So then in the book, you know, he makes a little chrysalis around himself and he stays in there for a while and then he comes out as a beautiful rainbowy butterfly, right? I know I could have just said caterpillar turning into butterfly, but I kept seeing mental images of that Eric Carle book, just with the colors and the beauty. It's something that you are absolutely going to fall in love with this process. It's like you're seeing, I'm getting the words technicolor. It's like you have been living life. Think about the olden days. Again, another analogy. Think about the olden days when everybody had black and white TVs. And then all of a sudden, color TV became a thing. And people who owned TVs that were capable of displaying color, all of a sudden it was like a brand new world opened up to them. This is what is happening in your life. I just keep seeing like color, like it's just, and it's bright. Like I'm just like seeing sunshine, like yellows and oranges and like purple jewel tones, and it's beautiful. I'm seeing like splashes of paint. So if you're a creative person, maybe doing some art or something will be really helpful to you during this time. But I'm just seeing like how, oh my God, look at this, look what fell out. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune, girl, it is time. Well, girl, dude, I don't know. I don't know what your gender is, but I just are like, girl, it is time. And yeah, like, it's just, this world is so, it's going to feel and just seem so brand new to you. You're seeing the same things with different eyes, with certain filters removed. And it's like you're falling in love with life again. You're falling in love with people again. It's very, you're finding where you fit. And 10 of Cups, like this is a lot about like happy family. Yeah, you're finding where you fit in this like tapestry of, you know, all these individual unique threads. You're finding your place in the tapestry. So many analogies. Spirit gives me all kinds of analogies. So what's the advice then for Hasley during the spiritual awakening time? The first thing I'm hearing is take it slowly, which makes sense also with our hangman, because that's like, there don't need to rush. It will happen, but it's just, it might take a little time. Yeah, so there's just go with the flow slowly. There's no need to like dive into anything that you're not ready for. Sometimes spiritual awakening is gentle, like I'm seeing now a water park. Sometimes it's gentle, like, you know, lazy river. And then sometimes it's an absolute fucking monsoon, right? Right now you're in the stage where it's gentle, like the lazy river, and you're just being guided to just chill and enjoy the process and love yourself. And I'm hearing something about open up your heart. That sounds so corny to anybody who's hearing this out of context, but it's real. Like I'm seeing like open up that heart chakra and accept love from yourself, accept love from the people that you love and who love you. Okay, what fell out? Yep, death and being made new, reborn, rebirth. This is so exciting. It is, I'm so excited for you. I'm so happy for you. This is beautiful. It's a beautiful process. You're just gonna go with it, and you're good enough. You are worthy of developing as a human, as a spirit, as a spiritual being, having a human experience. and it just feels gentle. It's a big upheaval, but it's done in a gentle way. Okay? Okay. And then what a lovely day 90, welcome. I did say to Momita that I would do their question, but then I'll do yours after Momita's, okay? Momita is saying, in which direction will her and S's connection head? Will there be any positive changes? S's social circle, I'm assuming social circle when you say circle, is a bit negative about our connection, but that's how I feel. Okay. I like that you've just put their initial. Spirit knows exactly who you're talking about, so that we're not like publicly discussing somebody that's, you know, oh, we know their name. Oh, we can look at the direction in which your relationship to this person is heading. Okay, a fiery climax approaches. That's fun. You can take that as you will. You can take that physically and, you know, maybe you have a really good connection there, a good physical connection. What else do we get? Because that fiery climax, it can be physical, but it could also be energetic. So let's see what else. Okay, meditate and contemplate. I'm gonna just do some cards for this fiery climax thing. What is this all about, Spirit? What can we know about this fiery climax? Things come to a head, but it's not always in a bad way. It's like the part of the story where, yeah, where like the big action happens. Why, Spirit, why do you give me so many? And I think Spirit gives me so many analogies because it does help me understand messages that I'm getting. You ever watch Shrek, Momita? Like the first Shrek movie? And there's a whole, spoilers for a movie that's 25 years old, but like there's a whole bit in the middle where Shrek and Fiona are having a misunderstanding, and it's like, oh no, is this the end of their budding relationship? And then Donkey swoops in and is like, no, here, let me clear this up for you. And like that's like not maybe the climax of the film, but it's like a huge part of the film and of the story. Like it feels like it's something like that. Okay. I think it's a discussion. Because maybe you're finally like, this Four of Cups can represent your partner's friends and how they're not sure about it. They're disappointed. The energy feels selfish on their part. Not you. It's them. Oh, but now he's got a girlfriend. Now we don't get to see him anymore. Oh, he doesn't get to spend time with us, and because he's always busy with this girlfriend or, you know, with his partner. You finally have a conversation with your partner and you're like, okay, what is it? Like, do your friends like me or not? And spoilers, it doesn't actually matter. It's not important to, no, it feels important. I don't want to invalidate your feelings, but it's like, it's not crucial to the success of your relationship, because here's where you stop caring about what your partner's friends think. And here's where your partner's like, it doesn't matter what they think. Because we have the Lover's card. It's like, I love you. I'm here with you. I'm dating you. They are not. You know, you're dating me. You're not dating them. And it's like, that's a big moment, I feel like, for you guys. Laverne, thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Yeah, okay. And then our other card was meditate and contemplate. So we're going to just do a little bit of clarifying for that one. How influenced is your partner by his friends' opinions of him and of what he does and of you? That's something to think about. Because like I said earlier, it's like you guys are dating each other. The friends are not part of your relationship. They're some of his relationships, but they don't call the shots in your relationship. And I see this with Two of Cups. How influenced by his friends is he versus by his own intuition, by his own heart? Something to think about. Oh, I just saw exciting news in the chat. I'll share it after, though, so I don't get completely off topic. Because you and your partner call the shots in your relationship. If he is going to be swayed this way and that by what his friends think, then you guys are going to have a hard time. And he's going to have a hard time because he's missing out on trusting his own intuition. He's missing out on doing what he feels will be best, for him and best for you both. Let's just look at general outcome for your relationship, Melita. With S. Okay, nice. I like this actually. It seems like you're kind of at this crossroads with your person, but once he makes that choice to not be so, like I said 100 times, not to be so influenced by what his friends think and what his family and what his social circle thinks, it's like a brand new chapter opens up for your relationship. It's like it's almost like a whole new relationship with this person. Your person will have to learn the balance, and I think that he will learn the balance between, okay, well, like, here's the input. I can consider, my friends say this about the relationship. I can consider their input, but I don't have to do everything that they say I should do. Some people give advice, but it doesn't always mean it's the right advice. Some people give their 2 cents, but it doesn't always mean that it's valuable in your currency. Do you know what I mean? Their 2 cents may be valuable to them, but it's not necessarily to you. Bottom of the deck for the Oracle cards, by the way, was a personal issue reaches resolution. I think that your person will eventually learn to let go. This person is very, and I think they've always been like this, they're very controlled by what other people think of them. It's going to be a new kind of awakening for him to finally be like, no, I need to do what my own heart says, not just what my mom says, or not just what my bros say, But it does look like you guys are able to work that out and find a good balance, at least from what I have here. So, before I move on to the next reading, which was for, brain fart. They have a 90 in their username. Lovely day 90. What a lovely day 90. Before we get on to their reading, I just saw in the chat some amazing news. Vernie, if you're still here, I just saw Vernie was saying, thank you. Your prayers help me. This grandma veteran will be housed Tuesday with help from the VA, and I started a new job. I'm so excited for you. I'm so happy for you. I have been thinking about you and your situation for a while, and I am so relieved. I'm so happy. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Spirit is good. It's good. I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful for the love and compassion that is in people's hearts that has helped you to get now into a better place where you are housed and you're starting a new job. So there's that predictable incoming money. There's the security. Oh my God, I'm so excited. If I were still Christian, I'd have been like, praise the Lord. And like that sentiment is still there. Like, thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit, for helping Vernie with their situation. I'm so grateful and I'm so thankful that you were able to get the help that you needed. Okay. Oh, I'm just so happy for you. Because we've been praying for you, like in our channel and in our community and stuff for a long time, and I'm so glad. I'm so glad that you are able to be on the other side of that situation. And I'm just so excited for you because it's like you have your own like safe private space. You're like, you have a pantry stocked with food. You're gonna have a fridge stocked with food. You're gonna have clean sheets and clean everything and warmth and comfort. And it's just, I'm also just like seeing something like peace of mind and like quiet moments for the first time. You're able to sit at your own table and drink coffee from your own cup that you made with your own coffee maker, with the, from the money that you earned to get all these groceries. Like, it's just, oh my God, the energy of gratitude and of just excitement is just so huge. I'm so excited for you. Okay, so Kebab Mega had a chat that was deleted. It is something that is a very serious thing, and I am just gonna pray for you and your partner's well-being. I really, really hope that she pulls through and can recover and can be okay. I'm very, very sorry that you are struggling with people who are not letting you have access to your partner because of the homophobia that you mentioned. I do, I do wish the best for you and for your partner in this situation. I wish that, I wish that people would just understand that love is love. You love someone. Doesn't matter what you were assigned at birth. Like, so I hope you're going to be able to help her, and I hope that she'll heal and be okay. Okay, so we had Lovely Day 90, and we had Laverne, that's right. Yes, Laverne was looking at general reading for the rest of the year. Okay. And then, ooh, Lilith also. Okay, but. Okay, Lovely Day 90, just reading back through the chat, says, I would love a message from an ancestor. I think I saw yesterday. I think she was female from my Mexican side, native Mexican Indian. Ooh, cool. Just going through the chat just real quick there. All right. So what was the significance of Lovely Day 90 seeing their ancestor? What was the significance? What was and it was significant. Absolutely was. What was the point of that interaction? What was the message? What is it that she should take away from this experience? believe in the impossible. So if you're doubting what you saw, you know, you're in your gut, you're like, no, I know that was a spiritual experience. And then in your brain, your logic's like, oh, but like science and logic, or, you know, whatever. Believe the impossible. Believe that what your gut was saying, that was a significant spiritual experience. Somebody in the chat was salty because I ignored them. I didn't even realize they posted a question. That's funny. Okay, anyways. Lovely day 90. Back to your reading. Amelina. Ooh, that's a pretty name. Or Amelia. Also a pretty name. Is that your name or is that your ancestor's name? Oh, you even got... Oh, that's the name you got. That's the name you got. Okay. Amelia. That's a pretty name. Work through your fears. There's this, again, I'm not an astrologer, but the Scorpio, that message. This is me being a naive, possibly ignorant Canadian. Do they have scorpions in Mexico? I know they do, like in the desert parts of the US, like Arizona and stuff like that. Does Mexico also have scorpions? They might. I think they do. I could be wrong. Something about, because there's just this message about, like, you're potentially afraid of something that, yes, could be dangerous and could hurt you, but it's not likely to. So there's a work through your fears. You could be afraid of like something from the future that may not even happen, or that's very unlikely to happen, but it's a good thing that it's unlikely for it to happen. Okay, yeah, Lilith says there are scorpions in Mexico. Okay. Spirit wants you to show you just this, you and your loved ones are safe. So what else can we know, Spirit, about Amelia's visit to lovely day 90? First of all, that it is safe that you had a spiritual experience. If you're afraid of, oh my gosh, am I going crazy? No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. So, you know, if your fear was, oh my gosh, I'm going insane for you, no, you're not. You're not crazy. If that is something you're afraid of, it's okay. Don't worry about that. Okay, I got Lovers and Page of Wands fell out. So what is this all about? Okay, in a non-romantic way, with the Lovers, that is that card, that energy of love. There's the, if you care about someone, tell them. If you love something, share it. There's something about loving loudly and unabashedly, without shame. Without shame. Where you see opportunities to share kindness and love, it's like, absolutely do this. And there's something here also about like even the smaller, quieter acts of love. And when I say love, like there are so many different, you know, kinds of love. Because in this section right now, we're getting into the non-romantic. So there's love as in just compassion for people. You know, even those small actions, like you smile at someone and it kind of makes their day. Or, you know, somebody's upset and you are able to like help them with something quick, or you're able to comfort them. Be like, oh, I know, it's okay though. Like, I understand. I hope you're gonna be all right. Or you know, your kindness, the big loud acts of love and the small little acts of love are all extremely important. And that is something that this ancestor, Amelia, is encouraging you to pursue. And this love is for yourself as well. Whoa, I just dropped like half my deck here. It's safe for you to show kindness and love. That's another thing that I'm seeing. It's safe for you to show kindness and love because you are being given a stronger, a stronger intuition, but a stronger boundary and a stronger sense of when somebody intends to take advantage of your kindness and when not. MSM82, thank you. You always leave such sweet comments. I always love reading what you have to say. Y'all are so sweet. Okay, but more messages from Amelia. Okay, because I'm like, okay, we got a message for the non-romantic love. What about romantic love then for Lovely Day 90? There's 9 of Cups, and it's in reverse. It doesn't mean that you're not getting what you want. It doesn't mean that you're not being fulfilled. You will be fulfilled in love. You will have, if you're not already in a relationship, I'm just saying like there is a happy, loving relationship for you. There's this like, how did I get so lucky? How did I get everything I wanted? The reason it's in reverse is because it looks different than what other people think your fairy tale love story should be. It's different. And I see in your comment you'd mentioned you are part of the LGBT community, and if you live in a place or around people or in a community where they're not very supportive, I can understand where maybe part of your, how do I word this? You're very extremely like happy and appreciative of your loving relationship, but there's a part of you that goes, I really wish it was validated by others. Like, I really wish there was that external, like, yeah, you're good, you go girl. You don't need that external validation, okay? You will have a satisfying love life. And I'm sorry that you are in a community where people just don't, again, people don't seem to understand. People are people. It does not matter who you happen to fall in love with. You know, as long as you're both consenting adults who treat each other well. But you're not going to, eventually you're going to realize that you don't need that external validation for you to have a fulfilling relationship. I'm seeing the image of a garden. You can fertilize your garden. I'm going to be careful how I say this. Please do not take this the wrong way. You can fertilize your garden, your flower beds with compost, okay? Or you can fertilize it with the commercial store-bought, supposedly super powerful Speed Grow or, you know, whatever. Your garden, your flower bed will be beautiful no matter what you fertilize it with. The compost is more organic, and what I'm seeing with that comparison, and Spirit gives me the word organic, is that it's more authentic to who you are. You're not just, your relationship is not just for show for everybody to be impressed by. Your relationship is for you and your partner and your love for each other. Brenda, I saw your comment. You said you're not psychic, girl. Yes, you are. Okay. Any other messages? And this is like Amelia, your ancestor, like is reinforcing this also to you, that like there's just like there's love everywhere you go. And people who don't understand it, that's their loss. That's not your loss. I see. Yeah, okay. So with this Devil card, this can be the homophobia, or you know, the prejudices, or whatever you want to call that, of people around you, of the society around you. she's protecting you. She's protecting you from this. She doesn't want... I love this because you have so many great things coming for you in life. And she wants you to be able to enjoy it to the best of your ability. She's protecting you. And I love that. Like, and I'm just hearing, like, they don't stand up for you, then I will. You don't feel like anyone supports you, I do. And I understand, though, that the judgments and stuff, that it does hurt. That's a totally natural human response to something like that. I get that. But your parents' approval is not going to make your relationship any better than it already is, because it's already beautiful, right? Okay, so that is what I have for you. Now, Laverne. Thank you for being so super patient, Laverne. I gotta scroll back up. I can't remember if you were just looking for general message. I think you were. Yeah, general message for the rest of the year for Laverne. Okay, Laverne says don't hold back, just tell me as it is, good or bad. All right. So, Spirit, Laverne's messages. What is something that they need to just think about and remember for the rest of the year? What's going to be significant? What's going to be important for them for the rest of 2025? What do you need to release? Is the Oracle card with the waning moon. Bottom of the deck is you're very close to achieving your goal. I'll keep that one. I feel like I need to keep that one in there. Okay. So Laverne, other messages, Spirit, for Laverne for the rest of the year. Let's look at that. What do you need to release? Okay. I was hearing with this Four of Wands, like domestic disturbances, not necessarily domestic dispute, not in the way that we normally think where it's a big fight, but if there are issues that, you know, between family members, if there's a little bit of drama there, it's okay to just let it go. It's okay to just, you know what, I've decided I am not going to be bothered by this anymore. I'm just going to go along and do my own thing joyfully. Here we have with the sun. Also enjoying, if you have little ones in your family, whether that's your children or nieces or whatever, there's just enjoying time with them, embodying like their sunshine. Because, you know, I think of a family gathering, when families get together, the little cousins and the siblings and stuff, they don't give a shit what the adults are doing or what the adults are talking about and what they don't care that, oh, Dad has a problem with Auntie Jean and Uncle George and Grandpa Phil, or, you know, whatever. Like, they have beef with each other. Like, the kids don't care about that. They're like, let's go play, let's have fun, let's do this. It's this kind of energy that you just need to embody, is like appreciating your family, but also just knowing that you're not responsible for their issues. You're responsible for your own stuff. And yeah, there's just this like childlike joy. You're able to just be happy and go about your life just sunshiny and joyful, even though maybe people around you are having a little bit of beef. Okay. Oh yeah, I also had High Priestess. Something about, maybe there is like a family secret or something about like your family that you did not know. It could be like some really important context as to why these people are having issues. you end up learning that this year. And maybe that's what's so liberating to you, because you're like, oh, it had nothing to do with me at all. I don't have to bother with this at all. I can just love these people the way that I do and just keep being me. But you will learn something that you'll be like, oh, okay, that checks out. That makes sense why they're having issues, but it's not my problem. Okay, what else, Spirit, for Laverne and the rest of their 2025? Whoa, shit. All right, okay. How many do I keep, Spirit? 4. 4 of them are face up, so I have to keep those. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, old conflicts are being put to rest. You're like, I want no part of this. Maybe you're that person that you end up kind of being stuck in the middle of situations. You know, anytime that, like, say, like you had 2 friends that were having an issue with each other, and they both come to you for advice, and you're like, I don't know, I'm minding my own business. This is you being now like, I'm minding my own business. I'm not your problem solver. I'm not Ask Alice or whatever, Ann Landers, you know, the advice columnist. I'm not this. I'm not Dr. Phil. I'm not going to solve your problems. Dr. Phil doesn't solve problems. He just creates them, but I'm getting off topic. I'm not Oprah. I'm not going to magically, you get a solution and you get a solution. You're just like, no. You're cutting all of that out because you're like, no, it's not important. It's not make or break for your health or your well-being. It's like, you know what? If you guys want to have fights with each other and have your petty drama, like, that's fine, but I'm staying out of it. That is going to be huge for your healing and for your peace of mind. And if the energy of all of the, like, the petty conflicts and stuff were really weighing on you and were, like, really affecting your level of patience with people, you will, after you've decided to, nah, I'm just gonna be me, I'm not gonna worry about what y'all are doing, it's going to help kind of replenish your fuse. You know, if you find that you've had a really short fuse with people lately and you just can't tolerate anything, once you let all this other stuff go, yeah, you'll have a longer fuse. You'll be more patient with others and with yourself. And then 9 of Pentacles, you're secure. You're living your best life. You're like, I got everything I need right here. I got myself taken care of. I have my needs met. And really, and I've worked with kids for a long, long time. Okay. And I still do, actually, once in a while. And sometimes, I don't know how many times in a day I have to tell certain kids, you worry about you. And, you know, certain ones that they want to help their friend at their table with their assignment, but they haven't even started on writing their name on theirs. It's like, no, you take care of you. This is Spirit giving you permission. Basically, not that you needed permission, but it's them, like, verifying to you, like, you worry about you. You take care of you. And that's completely fine. So if your goal was, like, inner peace, maybe that's going to help you to achieve that goal of inner peace. Releasing your attachment to what everybody else around you is doing. You don't have to be anybody's rock. You don't have to be the glue, you know, that holds your family or your friend group or whatever together. You can just be you. Okay, so that is what I have for you, Laverne. I'm going to go back through the chat. I feel like I've missed a little bit of conversations here, but totally fine. Not a huge deal. So what do we got? Ooh, Jeff saying that he's been seizure-free and cleared to drive. Congratulations. That is very exciting. And then now my wrist surgery comes on Tuesday. I'm looking forward to having a functioning hand. I'm very happy for you. We'll pray for your well-being and for very quick healing and for proper functioning in your body, mind, and everything else. So congrats, I'm very excited for you. And then, yes, Tony, post your question again. I did, I think I did see it, but I know it's so far back in the chat now. And then GR, you know what? Yeah, I'll do GR's reading. And then Tony, while I'm doing their reading, you post your question in the chat again. GR is saying that they work with some toxic and manipulative people. Can you tell me what the spirits say about the work environment in the near future? Okay. First things first. And I don't even know if it's like proper technique to just use a lighter to do this, but I'm doing this. We're gonna smudge. We smudged at the beginning of the stream. We'll do it again. We'll do it again. We're going to, this is eucalyptus, by the way, but the intent here is to cleanse the energy that is around you, GR. Cleansing the bullshit from your working environment, cleansing the bullshit from your social media feeds, the bullshit from other people's issues that they don't want to work through it on their own, so they just push it on everybody else. You are absolutely free from that. You are not responsible for the way that other people feel. Really, you're just not responsible for the way that other people feel. If you have not directly harmed someone, you're not responsible for how they feel. If you're just there to just do your work and get paid and go home, absolutely okay. So we're going to cleanse all of that negativity from you and from everybody else who wants to claim this healing, this cleansing energy. They are free from the bullshit. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put my eucalyptus. There, I was going to sneeze. We're good. Okay. So for GR, advice for you while you're in this toxic working environment. It's one of those things that just really sucks because we do need money in this society, and it is kind of part of the earth game to pay your bills and pay your mortgage or your rent, and every food costs money and all that. So I understand that you have to go to work, and that there are sometimes you just don't have access to, some people are like, we'll just quit and work somewhere else. Well, sometimes that's not really possible, or it's not immediately attainable, right? So what's the advice, Spirit, for GR? My hair is, sorry, I'm doing this. My hair is really tickling me. There we go. What's the advice for GR? Okay, you're very close to achieving your goal. That's the first oracle card we got, is you're very close to achieving your goal. What is the other oracle card in regards to GR and their working environment? I want this specific one for some reason. Balance spirituality and practicality. So that spirituality and practicality one, there's the practicality of like, okay, yep, I'll go to work, I will do what I need to do, and I'll follow the rules that I need to follow. And then the spirituality is like, remember your spiritual boundaries, remember the energetic, like the protective practice, your energetic protection, your spiritual protection. Just like how you would put on your seatbelt before driving to work, that's like the practical way of protecting yourself. Just also remember that you are divinely guarded and kept safe as well. And just remembering to keep up those boundaries that, and affirming to yourself every day, you know, I'm not going to be affected by the moods of other people. I'm not responsible for other people's reactions to my work. I'm not responsible for Susan and Karen having their drama in the break room. Like I'm not responsible for that. It's just, there's this feeling of, I'm actually seeing the mental image of unplugging a cord. You're being allowed to just unplug. Okay. So I want to know about that close to achieving your goal one, Spirit. What is some extra info we can get on that? Hello, Madhavi. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you again. But for GR, what kind of goal are they really close to achieving? Really? Okay. All right. A happy environment. This is like totally not what I was expecting, but maybe it's like in your department, there's peace or something like that. Like you just, oh, I see. Okay, Spirit, thank you. Okay, I get it. With, we were talking about the spiritual protection and the energetic protection, the boundaries and stuff like that. This is you being in your, think of it as like a little bubble around you, or a force field around you, or like a shield around you. And everything within your little bubble of protection is happy, it's loving, it's caring, it feels good. Even though around the outside of you, it's drama. Think of it as like being in the eye of a hurricane, where they say that in the middle, the eye of the storm, it's actually quite peaceful, or, you know, there's less destruction or whatever. I'm not a weatherologist, I don't know, but whereas around, outside of the eye of that storm, there's chaos and destruction. You are in the eye of that storm. And it's you and the people that are good to you, who are there, that you trust, the people who also really want a peaceful environment. It's like you guys have your own little happy place zone. Okay, and then Spirit's showing me something about next 3 days. I want to know what's going on in the next 3 days then for your work. Okay, the star, there's something that you're going to, something that you've, I think, done recently that you're going to be praised for. There's something that you're really, really good at, and like you are actually being recognized for it. What else? Hangman, it's recognition that you've been waiting for a while. You will finally have. Ooh, is it one of those things where you're doing the job of 2 people and only being paid for 1? Yeah, there is this recognition of like, okay, well, first of all, like I don't know who's going to be saying this or if it's exactly what's going to be said, but the sentiment is, well, why are you worrying about, you know, this insignificant thing? Why are you worried about replacing the coffee maker in the break room when GR has been doing her job and Alex's job since he quit for the last several months, and she hasn't complained, and you know, she's been working really hard on this. Like, it's something like that. It's like, why are you focusing on something that's not significant when we have this person here who has been busting her ass every day? Yeah, and it's something you've been doing for at least 6 months. Now, names come up. It doesn't mean that, you know, there was an Alex at your work that you had to replace or whatever. But it's still, you've been doing the job of 2 people for at least the last 6 months, and it's been hard. It's been really hard. I see that. But you're finally being recognized for that. Now, what about the energy of the workplace? Does anything, you know, maybe change in the near future? Do things maybe get better? Sometimes the energy of your workplace shifts as people come and go. You know, new people start, other people quit. What's going on there with the energies? Oh, okay. Well, no, that doesn't change. However, you do change. Your reaction, your response to this changes. The workplace politics are still going to be there. You know, there's going to be those that are like, well, this is the way it's always been done. It's the ingrained culture of this industry or this environment or the culture of this company. That is not going to change. And those who are in charge with Emperor and Empress there, they want to uphold that status quo because it works for them and it benefits them. So that is not going to change. But I do love seeing that, excuse me, that your response to everything changes. The way you feel about everything changes. Eight of Swords fell out. I'm gonna pull another one alongside it because I am hearing something about you don't have to be stuck there. And maybe that's what's changing, is you're realizing like, no, I'm not stuck here. Maybe you're also realizing like, okay, I have been overworked, or my efforts are not going appreciated. My efforts are being taken advantage of, and you're realizing how perhaps this job, this workplace has been affecting you and your physical health, your mental health. So what is it then? What is that aha moment? I love this. I love this. I can do this for my security. I work to live. I don't live to work. I don't live to come to this place every day. You know, maybe Gretchen, who's 69 years old and has been there since she was 18, like maybe that's her life and that's her, you know, she lives to work, and maybe I don't know who Gretchen is, but like, you know, and maybe people like her are just so, what? This isn't your life? Like, you're not adjusting your life to work around us. You're adjusting your work to fit better around your life. You're allowed to go there, do the best that you can do, and collect your paycheck and go home and unplug. You do not have any obligation to be energetically or emotionally or spiritually or physically bound to that workplace. You are allowed to have your own inner peace. If everyone else in the office is really grouchy and in a crappy mood, you're allowed to be happy. You ever see, it's a meme, I think, and it's like Star Wars. It's a bunch of stormtroopers and they're marching through the Death Star, and then behind them is Big Bird. It's like that. Your energy is like that of Big Bird among a huge army of grumpy stormtroopers. So, You can prosper, and it's like you can prosper anywhere because you are not swayed by the drama and the politics and the energies of the work of the culture there. You're not affected by that. And I'm very excited. I'm very excited for you. This is a huge revelation to have. You are going to be much happier. It's not even about the work. It's about that inner environment that changes. And yeah, I love that. You just walk in one day and you're like, I don't give a shit. But it's so liberating. Now, I know Tony had a question. Lilith, you also had a question. If you are still in the chat. I just saw a comment. Lilith, you can put your question in the chat. So we'll do Tony, Lilith, and Madhavi, or Tony, Madhavi, and Lilith, whatever. And then I'll see, because I'm almost at 2 hours. I'm having fun, and I'm doing great sitting here chilling with you guys. But we'll do those three, and then I'll see where we're at. Okay? All right, so Tony was saying that she is worried about her son. Yeah, worried. And you were looking for just advice and messages, I think, for you. I'm going to just go back and double check what your question was. Yeah, very worried about my son. Do my guides have advice for me? Okay. So we're going to pray for the well-being of Tony and her son, that they will both be okay and that their situations will turn out okay. But what's the advice, Spirit, that you have for Tony? Okay, your hard work is paying off. So you may be feeling, and it's like, I'm seeing like it's effort that you've been putting into your son and into your parenting and stuff. You may be thinking, am I wasting my energy? Is this worth it? Like, am I just wearing myself out? And Spirit saying, it is working. It is reaching him. It's one of those things. It's very slow and steady. GR, thank you so much. Thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Yeah, okay. So yes, your hard work is paying off. All of your efforts. Nothing is being wasted. None of your effort is being wasted in any way. What else can we get? Meditate and contemplate. Healing meditations, if that is something that you do. If not, it may be something to look into. Just guided meditations for healing, for releasing fear, for releasing anxiety, for releasing things like anger or frustration or sadness. Guided meditation to just be filled with peace. But let's look at the tarot. Advice for Tony, given her situation and how she's worried about her son. Okay, I have Knight of Cups. I feel like I need to pull one more. Oh, interesting. Okay, all right. I'll show you in a sec. This is looking good. It looks good. Okay. Well, first of all, with Knight of Cups, you've been offering your love and your attention to your son. You've been consistently offering up your presence, and if it if you can't be present physically, you're present emotionally and mentally. And he sees that, and he knows, he appreciates this. There's something he's willing to offer back. And it's going to lead to great healing. Mom, I think I'm ready. I hear that. Mom, I think I'm ready. And is now like ready to take a step towards, I'm getting recovery. So, you know, if there were, without getting, you know, too personal or anything, I won't go into too much detail, but if there were issues, like let's just say with substance abuse, for example, maybe he now is ready to be like, you know what, I'm tired of this. I'm really tired of the way I feel. I'm tired of what this is doing to my life. I'm tired of what this is doing to the people I love. I'm ready to try now. I'm ready. Mom, I'm ready. That's what I keep hearing is, Mom, I'm ready. I think I'm ready. You've been so patient with him, and it is paying off. Because he's seen that you have not turned your back on him. And now I don't know what his situation is, right? But he sees that you've not turned your back on him, that you're always willing to put in that work. You've put in so much. There's the physical labor, of course, birthing your son, and then there's the labor that goes into doing all of the care tasks and always being there. And then there's the emotional labor of always having your heart open. And then it's like he sees this. He sees that out of all the people around him, that you are one that's always been there. And that I think that he feels like, okay, I think I can trust her. Like, I think I can get this help because I believe her. Now it's like he believes you. There's something about that where he believes you. Hangman. It's going to take a little time, and it may have taken him quite a while to get to this conclusion that, okay, no, my mom is here to help me. Okay, you know, I think I can trust her. There's also this change in perspective, I think, for him too, where maybe before he was feeling like, well, why bother? Nobody loves me. Or he was feeling like, well, why bother? Like, I'm just going to keep suffering. Oh, well, why bother? I'm just burdening everybody. Or, you know, but now his mindset is starting to change because he's like, well, no, my mom hasn't given up on me, so she loves me. So the thought of nobody loves me, he's realizing that's not true. And nobody cares, nobody wants to help me. He's realizing that's not true, because there is someone who has, and that's you, who's been putting all of this effort into him. Bottom of the deck, I have the Ten of Swords. Something is ready to stop. He's ready to completely end something. Because and he is done with it. He wants to be done with it. And it's not because he's being forced to let this thing go or to stop doing this thing. It's because he wants to now. He wants to release whatever this is that's been really plaguing him and that's been causing you a lot of this worry and stress. It's tough. He's gonna have to walk away from certain friends that were not helping either his recovery journey. And recovery doesn't necessarily have to be addictions. We can recover from all manner of things. I'm going to use the term recovery, though. That is the energy like that I feel. It's hard to recover when you are constantly around the same people who either put you into the situation or want to keep you in the situation so that they don't feel alone. He's ready to recover. Some of the people around him are not, and he has to leave these people behind. And I see where you're saying he's isolating himself. He may eventually realize that he needs to leave that behind too. Oh, also, there's, for you, walking away from preconceived notions of how this is supposed to be. Healing is not always linear. There will be challenges, there will be good days, there will be hard days, there will be lapses in judgment, and you know, there will be mistakes, but just walking away from, oh, well, he's taking this step, so now everything's going to be fine. It's walking away from, like, perhaps the toxic positivity. Well, he's going to turn everything around. It's going to be great. Yes, everything will eventually be good, and things will turn around, but just letting go of the notion that it has to be linear, healing A to Z. Sometimes you have to, it's not A to Z like this. Sometimes you have to loop-de-loop and backtrack and try new things, right? Oh, Ace of Swords. This one flipped out of my hand. This one flipped out, shuffling. I'm just hearing like a brand new day. Yeah, he's entering a new phase in his life. You're entering a new phase in your life. This is good. This feels like really, really good energy. Okay, so any last things for Tony? Whoop. Okay, two cards. Aw, okay, Lovers and Star. Lovers, it's not romantic love. This is just love. Your love for your son, and you always seeing, because you know his heart. You know, you see him now as like a grown or much older person, but you still also see him as that, like, smiley little baby boy, that sweet little chonky toddler, you know, that sweet little boy that you know in his heart, in your heart, who he is, and yeah, just the, I don't know how else to explain that, but you know all of that good in him because you've seen it. And he's seeing it now. He will see it now too, because you still see it. So he will realize, oh, well, it was always there. Oh, I love this. Some of you guys in the chat are saying that Tony's reading started at 111 minutes in the chat. That's really, really cool. I love seeing those angel numbers 111. It's going to be a process, but I'm so happy that there's a step in a very, very good direction now. So again, we'll pray for your son's well-being and for your well-being, and that he can start making the best choices that he knows how, and that he can learn everything he needs to in order to make better choices, and to just have a better life. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Tony. I really, really hope that was helpful. We had Tony, we had Lilith. Excuse me. And Madhavi, that's right. So we'll do Madhavi's reading, and then we'll do Tony's reading, and then I think I'll hop off for the afternoon. So Madhavi says, okay. I'm a trophy child for my father, and his expectations keep growing, but I'm tired. But he's doing bad in his life, so now he wants me to make a comeback so he can compensate his loss with your success. Okay. And then Madhavi says he wants me to pursue a career according to him, but I'm not interested, but I feel bad for him and I'm confused. What should I do? Should I do what I want or should I do what my father wants me to do? Madhavi says I'm planning to study abroad and start as a content creator. Okay. First of all, you're not responsible for the situation that your parents or your father has ended up in. He's a grown adult. He's either made choices or has, well, no, yeah, I guess made choices or a lack of choices, which in a way is still a choice that has landed him where he's at. Now, some things are outside of one's control, and I'm not saying that he, is responsible for that, but I'm also just saying you are not responsible for his situation. So Spirit, what's the advice for Madhavi? They want to do their own thing, but their father wants her to do what he wants. And I get that, wanting to please your parents and wanting their approval. Like, it doesn't matter how old you get. Sometimes you do still want the approval of your parents. And I understand that. I get that. But what's the advice? Okay, there's look at the bigger picture. Okay, Spirit, how am I supposed to word what you want me to say? Exactly the way I told it to you. Oh, God, okay. Okay. Don't take this the wrong way, Madhavi. But look at the bigger picture. I don't know how old your father is, but I do know that at some point, he will no longer be here. You know what I mean? Eventually everybody passes away or moves or, changes situation, whatever. Even after he is no longer here physically, you will still be here. What will you have for yourself once he is not here? Because if you went down the path of doing everything that he wants you to do and having you, or like you doing everything, all of the achievements that you have were mostly for him. Once he's no longer here, how are you going to feel about all those achievements? Because they were never for you. They were only ever for him, right? But what else do we have? Meditate and contemplate. We also have the energies gaining momentum. Okay. Let's pull some cards with that meditate and contemplate one. What should Madhavi be contemplating and meditating on? Okay, well, there's Emperor, that's Dad, with the father card. You have your own life to lead, and he has his life to lead. If he wants to compensate for his perceived failures or for his, difficult situation, then he can take the appropriate actions to compensate for himself. You don't have to be the one, that's like, well, I succeeded in this, so now your reputation's fine. So now you can be proud and feel good about yourself because of what I've accomplished. He needs to know that he can feel proud of himself and he can still accomplish great things and have success, but he needs to do it on his own. He has his own path. And you have your own path. What else do we have here? I'm just curious. Oh, hello, Sebastian. Welcome. I'm just curious, Madhavi, is your mom still in the picture, or like a maternal figure who's still in the picture, who's an influence on you? Because I think if yes, then this person is going to, in the next few days, actually come to you with really good advice and have like a really good perspective on, excuse me, I bumped my whole thing, on your situation. There's also this energy of, you know what you want, and that desire keeps growing. Like, look at that with the energy. Oh my gosh, I got the droppy hands today. With the energy gaining momentum card, that Empress, I think, goes along with it. Yeah. You know what you want, and that desire is only going to build and build and build and build the more you push against it. The more you push against it, the more, the stronger your desire to pursue your own path is going to be. And I understand your comment where she doesn't want you not to hurt him, but here's the thing. You doing what you need to do, if that hurts his feelings, that's his reaction. You did not do anything to hurt his feelings. Megan's asking if this is the last reading. There's one more after this, and then I said I was going to decide whether or not I wanted to stay on. Because I am having fun, so. For now, the queue is closed, but after I do Madhavi's reading and Lilith's reading, then we'll decide. And then Madhavi, I see where you say that you pray to the goddess Kali and see her as a mother. Perhaps you're able to find some wisdom that comes from her. Maybe you're able to channel her, or she gives you a message, especially with that contemplate, meditate message. Oh, no worries, Lilith. It's okay. It was closed. It was closed for the time being until I decided whether or not I wanted to keep going. Okay. Anyways, now Madhavi, you're saying you want to study abroad. You want to be a content creator. There's this like, I love your desire for this is so strong. And this is something like, yeah, take this and run with it. Like as soon as you get the opportunity, there's this desire to be like, yeah, I absolutely want to do this. What else do we have? There will be a lot of work involved, but you will see results of the hard work that you've been doing, with your studies and with things like that. You doing what it is that you want to do, that is not what would hurt your father. What hurts your father is his own insecurity, his own doubt, his own pain, his own experiences that he's had that shape his perception. Perhaps even the societal or cultural rules you know, are part of what contributes to potentially harming him. You are not doing anything that will directly cause him harm. There's an offer, so you may get the opportunity, like I'm seeing like an acceptance letter or an offer of, would you like to study here? It's a very attractive opportunity to go study abroad. I see where you're perhaps afraid, where if you take this opportunity, like you're worried that you're going to be shut out perhaps from like the love or the approval of your parents. You know what I'm getting from Spirit is that at first they might be confused about your choice of career and educational path and stuff. And they might be confused, they might be concerned, they may not like it at first because it doesn't fit their vision of what like they were raised and socialized to want. But they'll come around. There's this Queen of Cups where they love you, like there's love. I see that. They care about you. They do want what's going to be best for you. Spirit wants me to give you this message. It's another of my many analogies, but I don't think Spirit's given me this one before. You are a prize rose, or like a prize beautiful flower. And whether you are planted in somebody's backyard, or have been transplanted into a pot, or you're growing in a greenhouse, you are still that prized flower. And you're still gonna grow despite what other people expect from you. You're still gonna grow the way you're gonna grow, even if it looks different than how other people expect for you to look, or expect for your growth to look. They say bloom where you are planted, but here's the thing. Like I said, you could be transplanted into a pot, into a greenhouse, into someone else's garden. You don't have to stay planted, like where you've always been. If you want to study abroad, then go and plant yourself abroad and bloom. Yep. Mom and Dad, they love you. They love you. Maybe they're a little afraid because, like I said, your path may be different than what they expect. It may be different than what your culture normally dictates or expects of people. But they do. There's the love for you. There's concern. And it makes sense. Sometimes concern and worry, it can come off as very abrasive. It can come off as anger. It can come off like, well, why can't you just understand? Like, this is what's making me happy. Why are you just not? Ugh. But they're like, no, we just want to make sure that you're okay. This is just something that's out of our comfort zone. But it's not necessarily out of your comfort zone, you know? Okay. So what's the overall advice? Well, I know the overall advice here is do what you need to do. If you feel that it is what you need to do to study abroad, if that's what you feel you need to do, then do it. And sometimes it's interesting because the things that we can learn, even studying abroad, there are always things that you can bring back to your community, to your parents, whether that's physically or otherwise. And it's going to benefit them too. And I think they're going to realize that you are able to take care of yourself, that you're going to be okay, that you're going to do you are going to do great things. They'll see it. They'll come around. So that's what I have for you. And then, okay, Diamond Heart, I see your question. I may have to modify some of my rules a little bit for chat moderators. Diamond Heart, I think you're new. I don't think I've seen your username on here before, but can my mods, can you guys just like fill Diamond Heart in on what the general rules are and stuff for the chat? Thanks. Also, welcome. I'm glad to see you here. Okay, and then Lilith, I'll jump into your reading. I think you said you wanted a general message or a general reading. Okay. Yeah, and then Madhavi, you could also go at it at the angle of, well, I'm doing this because it can help you too. And it's not a lie. It is actually like what you are doing. It can actually really help your parents. But I understand. You know, parents. You said you're from India, or you said something about Indian parents are like that, and I don't know what that's like because obviously I'm from Canada. Canadian parents can be quite different. At least mine are. But I think they will realize that you just need to do what you need to do, and it'll help you, and it can help them too. Okay, so Lilith, you know what? I'm having fun. I actually might stick around a little bit longer on stream. I mean, I have fun other times I'm on stream too, but usually around the 2-hour mark I get exhausted, but this time I'm like, doing pretty good. So Lilith, general reading. Spirit, what you got for Lilith? Okay, adjustments are required. Communication is key. So let's look at adjustments are required. And the communication is key. Perhaps you need to, maybe that is what needs to be adjusted, is the way in which you're communicating with somebody in your situation, or the way in which you are communicating your needs. I'm also hearing from Spirit, you don't get if you don't ask. Sometimes we don't get things that we don't ask for. I'm also now being reminded of the whole ask and you shall receive, knock and the door shall be open. A lot of spiritualities have that kind of message in similar, similar energy, different wording, whatever. But let's see what else we get. Because you know what it is that you want. You know what it's like. You know what you want. You know what kind of things you need. I think you know what it is you want to communicate, but you're looking for the best way to do it. So now maybe this applies to you. I just know that a lot of people are sometimes raised or, socialized or whatever to believe that it's selfish to ask for what you want, and that, nothing just falls into your lap. You work for it, you go out and get it. Well, okay, that's great, but how do I start with the going out and the getting? How do I, I know maybe what I want, but how do I actually take the step and do it? And then it's like, oh, okay, here's the clarity that I need. Yeah, so maybe if you're not used to asking for what you want and you're used to always being like, well, what do you want? Like to others, well, what do you want? Well, what, maybe you're used to putting other people's wants before your own. Yeah, it's okay to, yeah, to ask for help, to ask for what, I just keep getting that. It's okay to ask for what you want. It's okay to ask for help. Let's see what else we get. And I completely know how that is because I've always been very independent. Like, no, I'll do it myself. I'll teach myself. I'll do this myself. And then I end up like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I need to ask for help. And then I'm finally like, how do I do this? This is what I want. How do I get to this? And then someone's like, oh, I can help you. Let's see what else Spirit wants to say though. What kind of adjustments are required? Your definition of what is selfish and what is not. First thing I heard. And your definition for what is considered greed and what is not. Wanting something is not necessarily greedy, right? It is okay to have desires and to want things. That's completely normal. That's just how humans are. That's okay. It's when you have a lot of something, but it's never enough and it's always more and more and more. That's when you get into that greed, addiction, avarice territory, right? Just simply wanting something and wanting success, wanting prosperity, even like, especially with money, it's okay to want to manifest money. That's fine. It's okay. And where it becomes a problem is when you have what you need, but you're constantly like, no, it's not enough. I need more, more, more. I got to compare. I got to this. It's okay to right now, like, want prosperity. It's okay to want abundance. That's Spirit saying what you want is totally reasonable. If you're worried about, oh, I'm being selfish, I'm being greedy, Spirit's like, no. Selfishness is when you put your own wants over somebody else's needs. Greed is when you have, you have what you want, but there's no gratitude, and it's always like, it's not enough, it's not enough. So you may need to adjust your personal definition of what you consider to be selfish or greedy behavior. And then what else needs to be adjusted? Oh yeah, because that is what's keeping you stuck. If you're having trouble manifesting, some of this could be what's keeping you stuck. You're afraid to actually like reach out and ask, the universe and to take the inspired action because you're like, oh my God, I'm going to feel so guilty if I do this. Like, you achieving something does not take away an achievement from somebody else. You being able to pursue something for you does not take away somebody else's ability to improve their own situation, right? You having good things come into your life does not take away good things from anybody else's life. There is so much room. I should get my ask and it's given cards because I think these will really help you actually. If part of you is like, oh, it's going to be so selfish. Like, let's just use the money manifestation, for example. If part of you is going to like worry about, oh my God, it's going to be so selfish if I ask Spirit for extra money, if I try to manifest extra money, I'm being so materialistic. No, you're not. Like, I love what Sebastian says in the chat. She says, I reframe the whole argument as just tithes, then the best thing you can do is use your talents and opportunities to the full. So you're honoring what's been given to you and you help more. I love it. Asking Spirit to like help you again with the money manifestation, whatever. It's not materialistic. It's part of human life. It's just like it's how we play the game. Sometimes, well, not sometimes. You always will need money to get groceries. You'll always need money to pay the bills. You're always going to need certain material things in order to, to live and survive. That's not selfish. That's okay. Even to just want to be happy, that's not selfish. That's okay. Oh shoot, I gotta plug in my phone in a minute here. Hang on, guys. I'm gonna do that. Just give me a moment. I will have to unplug my microphone because it doesn't like when I have the charger and the mic at the same time, but I'll be right back. Oh, my Ask and Given cards are actually right here on my coffee table from earlier. Okay, hi. Lovely view up my nose. Okay, let's see if that... Sometimes my phone's silly, and if I'm using it while it's plugged in, it doesn't like to charge, but this should work. Should be plugged in charging. Okay. I'm going to scoot. This love seat is very light, so it's nice. I can just kind of scoot as I need to get up a little closer. Lilith, I'm going to pull an Ask and It's Given card for you. These have printing on both sides. So I'm going to just not look, and I will pull one out of the middle of the deck. Spirit knows that's how I operate with these cards anyway. Okay. Can you guys still hear me even without the microphone? Oh, I know this is a marathon stream, but I'm having fun. Oh, okay, this one fell out. I'm in the perfect position to get from here to there, or to get there from here, whatever. The back of the card says, nothing has to change in your environment or your circumstances that surround you for you to begin to deliberately allow your own connection to the stream of well-being. You're in the perfect place right now to begin. It's funny because our other card said adjustments are required, but I think the adjustments are all internal. This one is saying you don't have to change your external environment. Oh, good, my phone, we are charging. Okay, I see the battery level going up, so we good. We are good. You're in the perfect position to get from here to there. Ah, love it. When you, oh, wrong one. Excuse me, hiccups. When you walk away from the shoulds, oh, I should do this. Oh, I shouldn't do that. Oh, I shouldn't do that if I want to manifest. Oh, but I should be doing this. Let it go. It's okay. You can be flexible in this. Then you will be satisfied. Yeah, let go of the fear of I'm being selfish, or let go of the fear of I can't ask for help. what kind of practices, or what can Lilith do to help let go of this? Because if that's the adjustment that's required, I like knowing what needs to be done, but how? How can it be done? There's inner work, death, transformation, allowing, just allowing universe, allowing spirit to work with you and to work through you and to help you. It's hard to ask people for help, but maybe you're struggling to ask spirit for help too. They're not judging you. Spirit doesn't think you're being selfish. You're not a billionaire trying to manifest money to get another yacht. You're a regular person trying to manifest whatever it is, doesn't have to be money, but whatever it is that you want to enrich your own life and then use what you have to in turn help others, right? Yeah. It's a process though. It's inner work. Continue with your spiritual practice. There's definitely meditations that can help you. There's healing work that I think needs to be done, and some some cleansing. There are like cleansing and cord cutting practices or ceremonies or meditations that you can do that will help you with this. Reiki, I'm just saying, Reiki is a really good one for that. And if that's something you're interested in, I can hook you up. I can help you with that. Okay. Yeah, it's like a spiritual progress report, pretty much. Okay, and then did I have anybody that I said I was going to do readings for after you, Lilith? I can't remember. Kina 89 and Diamond Heart, that's right. So Diamond Heart, yeah, okay. I was just gonna ask you to repost your question, so I'm glad you posted it. Excuse me. And that's okay, because you're new here. You didn't know my rule about what I call third-party readings, reading on somebody else without their consent, and also giving specific details like their full name or their first name or whatever. It is okay to ask things about like, what's some advice for my relationship or whatever. Like that's fine, but yeah. So let's see. I saw you said you changed it. So may I ask if my relationship is a genuine relationship? That's a very good question. I love how you've reworded it. So, is it a genuine relationship? Is Diamond Heart in a genuinely loving, healthy, good, caring, positive relationship? Okay, balance spirituality and practicality. So what I'm getting from that one in this case is balance how everything appears around you versus what your instinct is saying, what your gut is saying, what your heart is saying. Sometimes we're in a situation where everything looks good on paper, but something feels like it's off. Or it can be the other way around. Sometimes you're in a situation where everything looks really whack, looks really unusual, but inside you're like, fine, totally. Okay. Okay, work through your fears. Yeah, so are you having trouble on like differentiating between what is a red flag and what is just different and uncomfortable. Because that's something I'm kind of picking up. Something, perhaps you had a past relationship that was really unhealthy, that was really full of red flags. And then this person that you're with now, they do something that's different, not like what your past relationship or your past person did. And you're like, I don't know, is that sus? Or is that, you know, is that good? Is that bad? Is that neutral? Okay. You're going to trust what your gut feeling says. And with an asterisk. Gut feeling and anxiety are not the same thing. They're both felt in the gut, but fear, anxiety is loud and it's pushy and it's pervasive and it's just constant, like, you're in danger all the time, right? But your intuition's like, no, this is how it is. It's very matter of fact. It's very, yeah, this is how I feel. Okay, yeah, it's that kind of inkling that you get. Your intuition is gentler than your anxiety. Anxiety is pushy and forceful. Your intuition is not pushy and forceful. But I can understand, especially with the work through your fears. I do know what that's like to be. I'm with somebody who is the absolute light of my life. It's the most amazing person I know, but he behaves so differently than other people that I've been with in the past. So for the first couple of years of the relationship, it was like, what is going on? I'm so anxious. I'm so on eggshells. But it turned out like, no, it's okay. But let's get a look at the energy of your relationship, Diamond Heart. Aw, look at that. There's the Strength card. You have a strong connection. I feel there is a strong foundation there with your relationship. There's Queen of Cups. You are a very loving person, but I can understand if it's hard for you to express love, especially if in the past you expressed love to someone and it was just shut down, or you were made to feel ashamed. Like maybe a past partner was really toxic and you'd be like, I love you. And they'd be like, ugh, you say that too much. Don't say it so much. It'll lose meaning. In the past, I had a past partner who used to say that to me. And it made me hesitant to, in future relationships to express, hey, I love you. I care about you. But this relationship I feel that it is safe to tell your person, I love you. All right, what fell out? Aw, Justice card. It's balanced. It's fair. It's balanced and it's fair. Good. It's equal. And there will be times where that balance, that equilibrium is going to take on different forms. Excuse me. Sometimes in relationships, you're both able to put in 50-50. And then sometimes you're both able to put in 100-100. Some days things are tough and you can only put in 20% effort and he picks up the slack and does the 80%. And then sometimes things are tough and he can only do 20% and you do the 80%. It's as long as it's consistent like that on both sides, then like it's still balanced and it's still fair. So what's the advice then for Diamond Heart Spirit? Yes, and when you're used to chaos, I'm just saying, when you're used to chaos, peaceful people seem really, really boring at first, okay? Or peaceful, decent, healthy people seem really strange because you're not used to it. Just because you're not used to it doesn't mean that it's necessarily bad. Some advice. matching pair. Oh my God. Okay, I get so excited when I see matching pair. King of Cups, Queen of Cups. This just shows like how on the same page you and your person are with each other, with the way you feel about each other. This is a very emotionally mature and compassionate and caring person. He's very genuine. His feelings for you are genuine. Also, our past situations can make our present situations very confusing. But you are the one who know what you want. You know what feels good emotionally when you know the kinds of things people say and do to you, and you know what hurts you. You know what you don't want either, or also. In learning what you don't want, it kind of helps you to see maybe what you do want. Is that making sense? You know what your boundaries are. But the advice here is that in your relationship with your person now, you two are able to work together as a team. And this is wonderful. This is somebody who respects your boundaries and wants to understand why you may have certain boundaries, but is going to be willing to listen and be like, okay, I get it. This seems like a good connection. It's genuine. You're asking if it's a genuine relationship. It's what I feel here. It's genuine. It's good. And I'm very happy for you. Okay. And then I'm going to move on to Kenai 89. And then Kenai 89 was asking, I know it was a work thing. Oh, that's funny. Somebody in the chat, I literally just saw this, says, you got that don't mess with me, but I'll still moisturize energy. That's actually very funny. Yeah. My partner, he tells me that he's like, you're very cute, but you can be kind of scary when when you need to be. For some reason, I just really got a kick out of that comment. I operate under do no harm, but take no shit. And I'll be nice the first time I say it, I'll be, I'll be nice at first, but if I need to, I'll be really, really tough. It's like, how did my partner describe, like, a few years ago, he told me, it's like, I'm like Kirby with a chainsaw. Okay. Where was Kenai? Kenai 89, can you put your question in the comments again? I just, there it is. What goes on at my USA client? When do I get an offer for them? Okay. They've really been dragging their feet with you, haven't they? So what is going on with Kenai 89's USA American client? Because there was like a changing of staff, there was disorganization, there was like conflicting ideas on how things should be done in your situation there. I remember that. Okay. Yeah, there's 3 of Wands. I mean, if you want to do timing, it could be something in 3 days coming. There is something like getting back to you soon. So what is it? I'm going to find out what it is. Okay, the World card, that's like the completion of something. I'm gonna just put one more. And Queen of Swords. I can't remember if we got her for your client or one of your employers or not, but this is somebody. Okay, so Spirit, does this mean, are they closing the contract? Are they, because I would hope they're not like taking this opportunity away, but what is this?
No, I don't think so, because they like what you have. Something about pool of candidates. Have they been unable to decide whether or not they want to go with you? Oh, okay. But they didn't tell you this, that they've been considering other candidates to do, and it's been extremely stressful for you because that's your life, that's your livelihood, that's your work, that's your money. Yeah, because they like you and they like your work and what you have to offer with the star. And I was hearing like pool of candidates, like we're closing. It's like we're closing our pool of candidates. They're not accepting anymore. They're finished looking for people. Okay. Well, what else is going on then with Key 99's American client? And how it affects him and his work, not just, you know, everything that's going on, because we could be here all day. Yeah, because they only want to work with one contractor. They're like, well, we could take contributions from Kenai, and then we could take contributions from this person and this person, but then somebody has decided, no, we can't. It all needs to come from one person, one contractor. Kenai says there are 10 to 30 possible contractors winning this contract altogether. Jeez, that's a lot of people. That's very competitive. Lilith, you're funny. I was just gonna tell that user level to just Google it. Ma'am, this is a Wendy's. Okay. Are they gonna choose Kenai 89? Is that what we should be asking Spirit? Are they gonna choose him? It's between you and one other candidate. That's what it is. I'm so sorry that they have not like fully decided yet. I don't know why I'm apologizing. I'm not responsible for their disorganization, but like it's between it's down to it's the final two. It's you and someone else, and they're trying to decide. In the next few days, they're going to decide. Okay, well then what's the advice for K99? Spirit wants you to know that you will have security. You will have money that comes in. There will be work for you. You will have what you need. I see you working on multiple projects. And then partnership. Okay, so you'll have what you need. There will be money. There's partnership. Somebody is going to hire you. And you're going to be like one of their top guys that they consult with. Hierophant with this it's this big company. I don't see anything saying that like they're not going to choose you, but they are trying to decide between you and one other candidate. I do see that there's somebody will hire you and that you will have a long-term partnership working with them. It may just be like every once in a while they contact you for, hey, can you we have a 3-month contract. Are you interested in taking on this job? Yeah, sure. And then 9 months later, hey, we have another 3-month contract. Do you want to do this? Yeah, sure. And it's just something they're always going to refer to you, or what is the word I'm thinking of? Yeah, consult you. When might K99 hear back from their client as they're trying to decide who to go with. Whoa. Timing estimate. Excuse me. Okay, there's again with Three of Wands, perhaps in the next 3 days, because I'm seeing with Magician and Queen of Cups, there's somebody that's like really rallying to like, no, we need to pick him. We like, they're like really advocating for you. Like, no, this is why we need to choose this person. Like, here are all my reasons why. Somebody is really, really vouching for you really hard with that Magician. They're determined to make that happen. You're going to find out, I think, in the next few days whether or not they decide to go with you. I really hope they get back to you soon because I can understand how frustrating that must be. Stretch time. Okay. Oh, I know. I see where some people have been asking questions about economic stuff and the tariffs and the export and the import. It's not usually what I read on it. I used to. That's what got my channel noticed in the first place a few years ago. I watched readings from Sebastian with her on her Black and Orange channel. I watched Jen Lynn Tarot and Tarot's Apprentice and the Empress Tarot. I don't know if she still does YouTube or not, but a lot of readers like that. And Kylie, just ask in the chat. Just post it in the chat. It's fine. I used to do the political readings and stuff, but I never really liked it. It just got my channel views, right? And it made me ad revenue. But then I felt like a fraud in a way because it wasn't truly what I cared about, like what I was passionate about. I'm passionate about helping people and providing, advice. And well, it's not me that gives the advice. I'm just the channel. It's spirit that gives the advice. But yeah, no, Sebastian is right. Like the energy was way too heavy. I learned a lot about tarot from doing those readings, and I'm really glad about everything I've learned. And I really appreciate readers like Sebastian and Jen Lynn and Johnny and Red Lentil, for helping me get my foot in the door by doing these political readings. I just don't like to do them. It was never where my heart was. My heart is with the people. And that might not get me as many views. I've been stuck at 8,000 subs for like 3 years. That's fine. If my channel stays small, but I'm doing what I love and I feel like it lines up with my integrity, then that's fine. Yeah. Oh, you guys are sweet. I do sometimes I do sometimes check in on some of the political tarot readers and their stuff, and Lena Rodriguez as well. I can't believe I forgot to mention her. I've learned a ton from her. I co-authored a deck with her because she reached out and asked me if I wanted to help her. Like I would not have had that opportunity if I had not ever done political readings, right? So I appreciate what I learned from that. And thank you, Brenda, for saying that I was really good at them. Yeah, I don't know. And yeah, the mediumship readings and the weird questions. Should I bring back weird questions? I would love that. I'm going to have to go back through all my old streams so that I don't like repeat questions and topics, but like that would be really fun to do. I love mediumship. I do. I stopped doing mediumship readings on like celebrities and stuff because I felt as though it was getting too performative. And my readings, they were all genuine, but I don't know. I think my last medium reading I did on a celebrity was Angela Lansbury a few years ago after she passed away. And then I felt like I needed to work on my mediumship skills, and now I reserve it more for personal readings. Medium readings take a lot of energy for me to do, and they're very, again, very, very personal. And I find it more enjoyable to help people like that than publicly doing medium readings on celebrities. Past life readings on celebrities, hell friggin' yeah. I haven't done one of those in ages. I would love to do one of those again. Past life readings, like, that shit is so much fun. But yeah. I struggled, I'm just saying, long story short, with the political readings and stuff. I've really struggled with my inner code of ethics and what I really wanted versus what was making me money. And I figured I would rather not make enough, or not make enough. My fear is that I'm not going to have enough, but I would rather not make very much in ad revenue from YouTube by doing more spiritual things and teaching people how to empower themselves spiritually and stuff than on just doing what I thought would be popular and get my channel more views. So, but for those of you that do the political readings and stuff, and they genuinely enjoy doing these readings and that's their passion, totally, absolutely okay. I just felt like I was starting to be more in that for the money, and it felt icky to me. But that doesn't mean everyone who does political readings is being unethical, of course. But yeah, that's why I changed directions. And then I changed directions a little more when I changed my channel name, because I was kind of struggling a little bit with having my personal name attached to the channel / business. I wanted it to be a separate entity from myself. However, that did confused a shit ton of people. I know that. It confused a lot of people when I changed my name. A lot of people unsubbed because they were like, oh, I don't remember subbing to this person. And then they realized who it was, and then they subbed back. But that's just the way my path went. I'm still trying to come up with a good storyline for the shorts or skits with my outrageous Southern preacher character, because there will probably be more than one. I just haven't figured out like how I want to make all of that work, but I am still working on that. Tarot course, I have been so busy. I have not worked on it in a long time, and I do feel kind of bad about that. However, something I was considering, a few years ago created and finished a Reiki level 1 and level 2 program and attunement stuff, because I have my master level. I am allowed to, and I'm able to teach and give attunements to other people. If that is something you guys want, let me know, because I have that. It's in my computer. It's been typed up for literally 2 years, and I just never did anything with it. So I've been really wanting to get back into Reiki. So let me know if that's something you want. Yes, Brenda, the evangelist preacher and his wife. But yeah, my channel is now Wild Rose Tarot Consulting, but it doesn't mean that I don't do Reiki and mediumship and stuff anymore. I just thought, I'll just simplify. Santa Rose Metaphysical was, I felt like it was a little bit too general. It wasn't quite niche enough. And I felt like I was just expending, is that the word? I was putting out all of my energy out in all these different directions, and it was a little bit hard. It got a little bit tough for me to do. Sometimes I just go where the creative winds take me. So yeah, if Reiki, if that is something you want to learn, I can teach that to you guys. I can do that via a Zoom course every week with a small class of people, and all the textbook stuff that I have printed up, I can always just like email that out to you or whatever. I would love to eventually be able to teach that in person. I just have been so busy. I haven't had the chance to collaborate in my local community and do any of the small business stuff. And yeah, because, you know, I gotta pay bills. I do have a part-time job that takes up a lot of my time, but that's okay. So yeah, just wanted to give you guys updates on where I was at and like how things are going. The tarot course, I'm still trying to figure out. I have it all outlined. I just haven't finished making it the way that I made my Reiki course. So maybe I'll promote the Reiki course first. Maybe I'll do that. I'll figure that out because I got that all done. I don't have a master level course made up yet, but I do have levels 1 and 2. So Reiki for yourself and others, and like deeper understanding of Reiki, sending distant energy healing, things like that. So let me know if that's something you want to do. And I do still offer tutoring for tarot. I don't have the course completely made, but I can still do private lessons and tutoring sessions. Lilith says, oh, you've never tried Reiki. Okay, try it. You might like it. I can't remember how I even got into the whole Reiki thing. I had my first attunement in 2017. That was, holy crap, 8 years ago. The time really flies. I don't even remember now how I got into it. I learned about it and it kind of piqued my interest because at that time I was just leaving like religious Christianity. And then the more I learned about it, the more intrigued I was. And then I found out the metaphysical shop in my town was offering a workshop on it. So I went for it and I just absolutely fell in love with it. Reiki is like the foundation of basically everything that I do, even on this channel. It's been like the foundation of my spirituality ever since I left typical organized religion. So I owe a lot of my healing and a lot of that to spirit and learning all that through Reiki. You might really like it though, Lilith. Let me know if you want a session or just want more information on how it works and stuff, because I can help you out. Oh, yeah, and then reading Brenda your thing. I'm so glad that you recovered from that because sepsis is so dangerous. I cannot imagine how sick you must have been. But I'm really glad that you were able to recover and that you were able to get stronger and that spirit was able to help you heal while you were, you know, following doctor's advice and doing everything that you could to heal as well. And Sebastian says, I was literally thinking earlier that, oh, that you're so talented and how I don't have the exact skills to do what you do. But you know what, Sebastian? I don't have the exact skills to do what you do. I don't have the exact skills to do what anybody else does. And I think that's kind of like the beauty of it though. Because it takes all kinds. So, you know, they're like, again, like there's stuff that you're so super at with reading that I'm like, I didn't even think of that. It just like helps me appreciate all of the different spiritual practitioners and all of these people, you know, out there and all of the individual spiritual gifts that we all have. It is really, I think it is really a beautiful thing. It's nice actually being able to just like sit and chill and talk to you guys in the chat. That's kind of been really fun. Exactly. It's about tapping into the gifts. And one of my other passions is helping people to tap into their spiritual gifts. Because I believe that we all have spiritual connection. We are all spirit. We're basically God and drag, okay? We're all different little reflections of one same source. And each of us is born with our own unique experiences and talents and skills and stuff. And it's just, it's fun. It's just, I don't know, there's just something so beautiful about it. And it's just fun seeing how different each expression of the divine is. And I say we're all God and drag. That's a Ram Dass quote. I love how he says it. So I've just kind of yoinked that saying from him. I've actually yoinked a few sayings from him and Alan Watts and stuff like that. Okay, and then yes, Sebastian, I'm actually really glad you're here because I say it all the time here. I'm not an astrologer, but you know lots about this. So, what the actual freaking frick was going on in the past week, energetically? Because I know there was a Mercury retrograde or something, because I was having issues with other creative projects I've been working on for my other channel. I was having issues with that. I was having issues with anxiety, and then I didn't stream. Was it last week or whatever? There was recently where I said no stream. I don't feel well. It's hard to do readings and stuff when menstrual cramps hurt. And that was worse than usual that time, and everything just felt like everything I tried just was not working. And it was really tough. And at my job, people were being not crazy, but everyone was like, holy fuck, what is going on? I knew there was something going on with all the junk in the universe. And then Lilith says, Mercury goes direct soon. It's been rough. Oh, Nicole, you tried so hard. Nicole, you tried so hard to troll, sweetie. That doesn't work. Oh, baby girl, that doesn't work, honey. Even if I was a transgender person, who the fuck cares? I'm a person. I'm cute AF. It's none of your business. The thing about trolling and stuff, Nicole, the thing about bullying is that you have to hit me where it hurts. That kind of stuff doesn't hurt, right? So, yeah, nice try. Take it somewhere else. Okay, and then Sebastian is saying Neptune went into Aries, which is a big deal, during a Mercury retrograde. Mercury? Words. The ADHD is strong today. Mercury retrograde. And Venus is in retrograde. The astrology is huge. Okay. Oh, yeah. And Aries season. Okay, can you help me understand, though, Sebastian? What is so big and significant about Neptune? Because I know people have Saturn returns and Neptune and stuff like that. And I know that's all significant, but I'm just very curious, what is significant about this Neptune going into Aries thing and Venus retrograde as well? Yes, and Lilith's saying the energy feels intense, like we're on the verge of something, and I have felt this too. Do you guys remember a few streams ago, it will have been a while ago, where I'd said, and I thought we were just doing a weekly stream, where it's oh, what are the energies of the following week going to be? And do you remember, any of you remember where the message was there was something big being hidden from us and we were going to find out what it was? I still feel like something like that is coming, and it's big. I just don't know what it's going to be. And I feel like it's big, it's socio-political, economic, whatever. It's big. We're learning somebody's not who we thought. Something is not what we thought. Sebastian says there's a lot of Aries energy, which is super duper energetic and forward moving. That gives me chariot card kind of energy. The outer planets more really, really slowly from our perspective, so they don't change signs very often. It takes years. Okay, so that makes sense. Why that would be significant. Brenda, I think we know who it's about too, but I'm interested to actually hear it and get the proof for myself. I guess that makes sense because those outer planets, they do what? Earth around the sun once was 365 days for us, but yet you think about Pluto, where from the time it was discovered to the time it was no longer considered a planet, it hadn't even made its way all the way around once. I see why that's significant. Sure, you know what? Let's do Kylie's question. Can you take a look at the connection between... Okay, Kylie, but I know you're new here. Please refrain from using names when possible. If you need to, use their star sign, like their zodiac sign, or just their initial. Spirit knows who you're talking about. Sebastian says this summer, all 4 of the outer planets will have changed signs and are going to be aspecting each other. Ah. This basically hasn't happened in recorded human history. Holy shit, that is cool. That's really cool. I'm glad I get to be here to like witness that. That is huge. I 100% believe that we're influenced by the movement of these celestial bodies. If the effect of, what is it, the moon's gravitational effect on the earth or whatever, if that can affect the tides and the oceans, like that is, we're 70% water or whatever in our bodies. Like, of course it's going to affect us. The even bigger bodies than that, with the bigger like gravitational influence and stuff, I 100% believe that plays huge roles in our lives and in what we experience. Cool. Okay, yeah, so Kylie's question. Okay, so the connection with Kylie and her person, a work colleague, seemed to get along, but no reply to her text. Confused. Okay. Well, what's going on with Kylie and her person? Okay. Yeah, I was just going to say as he left you on red, and then I just remembered where you literally just said didn't reply. Because I'm seeing the, you know, some mobile carriers, you text somebody and you send the message and there's the check mark for sent and then there's the check mark for like open. Yeah, I see where they've left you on red. This person, I don't think they're very comfortable with small talk. And it's not anything like against you. It's just a preference that they have. They're just something about small talk. They just don't really, they just are not fond of it. I have also High Priestess and Tower. And I'm going to just pull a couple more cards and get a look at what that is all about. Because Tower is upheaval, High Priestess is like hidden information. There's something that, it's something you're not aware of in regards to this person. And then Tower, why Tower? What's going on? Okay, Empress. Is this person married? Death card. Separated. Like, there may be something about legally married, but like there's an upheaval. So yeah, a separation, death card, transformation, change. This person has a lot on his plate. Whoop. fuck, you're so silly. Says you're gonna plan your life around Pokemon cards. Says you, who has the same name as a fucking Pokemon character. Go do your homework. It's due tomorrow. Like, come on, get your shit done. Make your lunch for tomorrow. Prep your backpack. Lay out your school clothes. You're too young to be on my stream. Okay. Anyways. Sorry, Kylie. I did not mean to interrupt you there. I just don't like when people disrespect the others that are in my chat. But thank you, Kylie, though, for being respectful and kind. I'm always happy to see new viewers, especially ones who are, polite and supportive. Okay. Anyways, so what is going on with this guy? Not fond of small talk. Doesn't have right now the mental bandwidth, because it's not just you he's left on red. There are a lot of people that are he's not there. He has a lot of ignored messages, read and unread, and he's kind of in like a freeze state. You know what I mean? Like freeze. Some people have like task paralysis. There's so much going on that's bigger than the conversations in his inbox. So he's like, I just don't even have the energy to do this right now. And it's something you're not aware of. And it does have to do with, I think there's something here about perhaps a divorce or separation he's going through, and it's taking up all of his mental and emotional bandwidth. He does like you though. Like he thinks you're nice. He thinks you're really good to talk to. He does see you as like somebody that could be a good friend to you. Yeah. I know that he likes you like in that way, that I pick up for sure as like a platonic, like we could hang out. Like he could see himself, you guys hanging out together, but he just doesn't have he's just not ready for that right now. The Magician, he's working to make a lot of changes in his life. Hangman, eventually he'll have that mental bandwidth. Oh, he's single. Okay. But I think that there is something with like an ex-partner, because there's still like wife energy. It could have been a common law spouse even, that he's still trying to untangle himself from, and it's taking a lot of effort. But eventually he'll free himself up to be able to explore perhaps friendship and like an opportunity like that. Yeah, he's just got his mind on his work and his personal life, and he's very focused on other things. It's not anything you did. He's not ignoring you to be rude. He just does not have room on his figurative plate right now. Okay, so that's what I have for you. And you know what? I like what you say there, Brenda. It is going to be a very interesting period in the world. It's going to be a very interesting period of history. And I mean, I guess you could say that could be true at any given time. History is we're always living through some kind of a historical period. But there's something just extra about like this decade in particular. There's something, so everyone in the past is like, oh, 2000, Y2K, oh, year 2000, which, yeah, that was extremely significant, but there's something I just feel even more powerful about this decade, 2020s, that I just can't put my finger on it. I can't put my finger on what it is. It's so, and at the same time, it could be so many different things. I was born in 1995, and I am so, in a way, sometimes I like ask my higher self, like, why am I in this time? There are times where I'm like, can it just be 2005 and I can be the age that I am with my partner and we can afford a house and have our dial-up computer and everything be so simple? And then Spirit's like, no, you chose to be here and I put you here because this is where you need to be. So in a way, I feel kind of privileged that I got to enter this world, at least this part of the world where I am, in the mid 90s, so that I could see the new millennium. I could live through that and experience the energy of that. And then it helps me to actually understand and appreciate better maybe what we're experiencing in the world now. And now I'll be 30 in about 5 months. And I guess it's at a point where like now I'm old enough to live through this important time of history and be old enough to understand it and in a way appreciate it, or at least appreciate what I can learn from it. I guess there are no mistakes. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I was born in the wrong generation, and Spirit's like, no, this incarnation, you're exactly where you need to be, and you're gonna find out why. It's interesting. You're such an old soul. I forget how young you are. Sometimes I keep thinking you're young looking for your real age. Oh, you're sweet. You are sweet. You were born in 1971. That's not that old. You are a couple years younger than my mom. But I don't even think of her. I don't even think of my parents as like old. I started doing readings on this channel when I was 22. I was like a baby when I started learning tarot. I was 22 when I had my first Reiki attunement. Nope. Yeah. Yeah, I had just turned 22 when I'd had my first Reiki attunement and spiritual awakening. And I feel so much better in life at 29 than I ever have at like 20, 21. I feel better, and I I want to say I'm wiser. Yeah, see, Sebastian, I keep thinking that you're like 40. Like, it's like, oh yeah, she'll. And to me, that's still young. But yeah. And it's funny because a lot of people, doing this work say to me, like, oh, you're such an old soul. You seem so. But in my personal life, when I was growing up, it was always, oh, you're so immature. You're so childish. You're so this, you're so that. And I always feel like I'm behind or like developmentally, I'm neurodivergent, but I hit typical milestones and whatever. But I've always felt like I'm less mature, and I've always felt like I'm younger than everyone, and like that I'm no, I'm just a baby. But I guess in some ways maybe I am a little bit more grown than I think, and in some ways maybe I'm not. My soul is old. I know I've had a lot of go-rounds on Earth. I know I've been here lots and lots of times. I know that. And then at the same time, I say that, oh, I feel so young, so young. At the same time, I also feel ageless. Like, I have a long memory of childhood, and I remember being like 4 years old, 5 years old, whatever, kindergarten. And there were times where I felt like a child, and then there were times where somehow I felt like I was no age. Sometimes I still feel like that. Sometimes I feel like I'm just a kid in a big body, and sometimes I feel old because my back cracked and I slept the wrong way. And then sometimes I just feel like I just am. I just exist. I don't know. It's weird. Wibbly wobbly timey wimey stuff. I agree, Sebastian. Well, and okay, these compliments. You look so good for age whatever. You're gonna look good at every age. Everybody, it doesn't matter how old you are. You're going to look good because you just look good. But yeah, I just keep forgetting like that you're in your 50s. I keep thinking you're like 40. Yeah, and you have a young voice too. That makes I think is a huge difference as well. Doctor Who reference for the win, I know. I was a teenager in the Super Who-Lock fandom days. I still get like Tumblr war flashbacks 2013. But I do appreciate me some Doctor Who. I love David Tennant. He's my favorite Doctor. All right. Well, I did put my cards away. I am done doing readings. I'm gonna be honest, my joints are really sore. I do have issues with, apparently, I thought this was only a thing plants can have, but apparently people can have phosphorus deficiencies, and I did not know this, that it can cause bone and joint pain. So that is something I deal with a lot, is joint pain. So I am going to have to quit readings here. And it's been 3.5 hours. I've had so much fun though, but I'm getting hungry. Again, I ate before the stream, but now I'm really getting hungry. So I should probably go and fix something up and figure out what I'm going to do for... I'm editing a video for my other channel. My other channel is called Rosie. It's literally just video essays. It's not related to spirituality. All my videos on there happen to be about the show Dr. Kat's Professional Therapist, because that is what my current hyperfixation is. But I will be putting all kinds of stuff on that channel. I'm editing my latest video for that. So keep your eyes peeled for that. I'll make sure I share it here. Yeah, I've had such a wonderful afternoon hanging out with you guys. This has been just a brilliant use of my Sunday. And it's like 19 degrees out now. I'm gonna have to go outside and get a walk in, and I'll be back. You'll see me next Sunday. If I am back on before that doing stuff, then I'm back on before that doing stuff. Let me know if you want me to actually put out the Reiki course and like work with that. I'll just try and decide. It's harder to do that online, but it is possible. So I will figure out how to make that work. And then if I'll gauge how much interest there is in that, so I can determine class sizes and things like that. So let me know. I'll make a post maybe in my community section where I can figure out, yay, drop this emoji if you want to learn Reiki, whatever. So that's all I got for you guys. That's all she wrote. And bracelets are from Outer Spirit. If that, I didn't really plug them in the stream, but you guys, my moderators, y'all are so brilliant for remembering to do that. I'll see you guys next time that I'm on. It will definitely next Sunday if I can. I probably can. If I can't, I always let you guys know. And then if I'm on in between, then I'm on in between. Anyway, thank you. I'll see you guys.